Okay, this is back. This will probably get cut so it can get stapled properly to the video, but I'll humor you for the sake of whatever. Welcome back. EoSD, busy person. Extra. I put the first part up, cut it in half. We split it in the way that the one that was uploaded covers everything before they get back to the shrine. After that, everything at the shrine, which we'll do. So yeah, I wanted to do this right away on Monday, so we can start PCB for the busy person on Saturday. Alright. So, if I remember correctly...
匿名希望の見た目はババア、頭脳もババアの人。EX ステージも欲しかったです。よかったね、採用されて。
Another anonymous. Appearance. Old hag. Brain. Old hag. I wanted an extra stage. Okay, we'll do it.
EX を出すから募ったアンケートで EX ステージも欲しかったとはどういうこっちゃ。
Since we already have an extra stage, what do these people want?
最初から入れとけこのバケナスって意味だろ。
They wanted us to include it from the start.
なるほど。最初から猛将伝入れとけってことね。
I see. Let's include a legend about a great general next time to start.
確かにそうなんだけど。
Roll credits 20 seconds later.
持ってくるなよ。
Something like that could work, but please choose something different. Who are you now?
いや、次、ラジオネーム、てってててってさん。
Whatever. Next, it's from Te-te-te-te-san.
アリスは変態すぎますが、個人的には OK です。あのアリスは 20% くらいの力しか出してないぞ。
Alice may be perverted, but her personality is okay. You haven't seen even 20% of true Alice. Perverted Alice likes to pour honey over food, and she's also turned on when the face of someone she likes gets messy. Well, chat, you wanted lore? You got lore. There's your lore. She douses everything in honey, and she gets turned on when your face is messy. Fucking weird. Like, this isn't even 20% of my powers, Coob! What happens if she gets serious? Actually, I don't want to know.
まず 50% の力を出すだけで地獄のホーム部がウォームアップを始めちまうからな。そして 70% でソフリンも来る。逃げることなど不可能な状態。 100% でアリスは捕まる。
At 50% power output, the Hell's office starts to warm up. At 70%, she can't go back. At 100%, you can see the true Alice. Ultra Instinct Alice.
とっとと 100% 出してもらいなさい。
Just show me the 100% Alice.
だがアリスはまだ2回の変身を残している。これがどういうことかわかるか？
She still has to go through 2 more transformations. Do you understand it? Oh yeah, again, it's like Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, Redconned. Then you have Super Saiyan God, and you have Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Then you have Ultra Instinct. So there's a lot of transformations she has to go through before she reaches true Alice. Super Saiyan 5. I got one better. Hold on. Super Saiyan 1000. Oh, fuck yes. There he is. Super Saiyan 1000. Yeah. That's Alice. Superb. Alright, moving on.
さっぱりわからない。
Is that a Kadama? No, it's Super Saiyan 1000. That's what happens when Goku goes... I don't know, I guess Ultra Instinct's better than that, isn't it? I don't know. I haven't watched Super. Actually, I don't.
私もわからん。適当に言っただけだし。リクエストは白玉楼を爆弾で吹っ飛ばさないで。
I don't know as well. I just tried to answer properly. Now, this guy's request is blow up the Hakugokuro. Home Sayoji Uyuko, the character from PCB. The name comes from an old legend about a Chinese writer. When he died, God said to him, "You wrote many good things. I'm inviting you to the Hakugokuro." Translator's note. Literature. White Gem Tower, which I've just finished. That's why we sometimes say went to Hakugokuro about dead writers. Try saying go to Hakugokuro to a writer if you know any. Okay.
いい？てってててってさん。いや、て。人はどんなに願っても叶わないこともあるの。だけど、叶わないからといって腐っちゃダメ。その悲しみを背負って強く生きなさい。
Okay, Mr. Te. Mr. Te? We can't just grant everyone's wishes. We can't. And you shouldn't cry about that. Be strong and go on with your life.
背負ったものはとても重いけど、
Like a
それ
bed
は十
source.
字架でも陰陽玉でも星マークが書いてある
My
珍妙なオプションでもない。
This is gonna fuck
未来
my...
に背負ったの。
This is gonna...
それを忘れないで。
Ramu!
頑張りなさい。
Hurry the hell up! This is gonna fuck my sense of time super hard because I'm doing this on Monday when I usually do it on Saturday. So tomorrow's gonna roll around. I'm gonna be like, wow, it's Sunday again. That's not what's gonna happen. What a strange thing. This burden will be heavy. It will be your cross, your yin yang ball, and your stars mark. But there's no other way. This is your future. Don't forget about it and carry on.
長々と真面目なこと言ったのはいいけど、結局は吹っ飛ばすのか。
Long and serious replies are fine, but will we blow it up after all?
主人公って最後は悪党の基地を爆破すればいいんだね。
Today is Monday. It's also the 6th of April. Isn't it right for the good guys to destroy the nest of evil at the end? Chad, after this, I'm gonna go play Crypto Mama.
そうだな。そうなのかな？
Maybe. I wonder if it is.
そうなのよ。何黙ってんのよ。
Maybe. Why are you so silent now?
考え事してたわ。
I was just thinking. 1 a.m. Ooh. Cooking Bitcoin. I prefer the name Crypto Mama. I was just thinking.
本番中に居眠りすんなよ。
Don't sleep during the main event.
マリサ言い過ぎだよ。せめて不人気って言ってあげて。
Marissa, you're overdoing it. Just tell her she's unpopular again.
今はそれが一番感情に来るわ。
No, I didn't get it. I didn't even know it came out. I'm just flabbergasted that something like this is currently happening in our world. And that's saying a lot considering what this entire year has been. Fucking Cooking Mama. Well, nobody would have expected Cooking Mama to be behind this. This is the hardest thing for me to accept at the moment.
アル中はほっといて。ラジオネームパイタンさん。
Next one is from Hot Water, who has recently stopped drinking.
ちなみにあなたの話題じゃないから。
By the way, it's an important topic for you, right?
あ、そうよかったね。ムキキュ
Everyone needs a weekly dose of that.
ー。あ、そうよかったね。ムキキュ
Ah, indeed. Mukukyu.
オチが大半爆発落ちというのが気になりました。何をバカな。
I didn't like that so many endings were explosions. What's so bad about them?
やっぱり同じネタばっかりは飽きるに決まってるだろう。白下苦労バカはやめとけ。
I guess people got tired of these jokes. We won't bomb the Hakugokuro. Damn.
爆発がダメならキュッとキュッと締めるか。
If we can't
ちょっと
blow
やればいいかな。
if we can't blow it up, how about strangling it?
あのバカでかい桜の木焼いちゃえば。
We could also burn that stupid Sakura tree.
おお、それでいいわね。採用。
Oh, that's perfect. We'll do it.
ここで決めんなよ。見てる人がっかりだよ。
Don't decide it here. You'll spoil everything.
語ってほしい話題。スペルカードの原材料か。マリサから。
He wants us to discuss. What do you write your spell cards on? Let's start with Marissa.
チラシの裏。
The backside of leaflets.
プリント用紙。
Printer paper.
のしいか。
Squid slices.
人里のクソガキが賽銭箱に入れた旬の過ぎたトレカ。
Outdated trading cards that get thrown in my donation box.
材料っていうかカードの代用品だな。
Aren't those more like card replacements, the material?
言われてみればそうね。
そのカードの上から自分の血を使って気合を入れてスペル名を書いて出来上がりね。
Now that you say it, they are. I put a lot of effort to write the spell card name on them with my blood. What?
お前そんな面倒なことしてるの？
You actually bothered to do that? I read that so nonchalantly, but I did not pick up on that at all.
してないの？
Wait, you're not doing this?
鉛筆で書いてたぜ。
I just write with a pencil.
私も
Me too.
鉛筆削らせたらうまいっすよ。
If you sharpen it well, it works great.
なんて雑な。せめて筆とかでしょ。何を鉛筆って。
That's so cheap, said Reimu. At least use a brush. Why a pencil?
鉛筆をバカにすんな。一本の鉛筆の向こうにも壮大なストーリーがあるんだぜ。
Don't mess with pencils. They have a history behind them as well. That's true, chat. Let me tell you something. When you get older, they tell you gotta use a pen for everything. But if I turn my pen upside down and I go over the words I just wrote, it doesn't erase them. But you know what a pencil does? It does just that. If I flip my pencil around, there's something on the back of it. It's called an eraser. It lets me fix my mistakes. It's fantastic. Pens can't do that. So basically what I'm saying is the writing utensil you were given as a child says it's okay to make mistakes, and the writing utensil you were given as an adult says that you cannot make mistakes. And really that says a lot about our society. And yet we live in one.
スリランカの鉱山にでも行ってろ。2種類の豆カレーでも食ってろ。
Go work at the... oh. Come on, give me the... How do you pronounce it? Dickhead?
Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Go work at a Sri Lanka ore mine and eat curry from 2 types of beans. Okay.
はい、ラジオネーム。よく考えたらこれラジオじゃないわよね。
Right. Next reply is from... Actually, are we still sticking to radio format? Whiteout exists? But then you have to write over it anyway. What if you don't have whiteout? You know what? When I buy a pencil, I have a pencil and an eraser. If I buy a whiteout, it doesn't come with a pen. If I buy a pen, it doesn't come with whiteout.
急に冷めないでよ。そういう体でやってよ。
Don't get lazy now. Do it seriously.
はいはい。さくまり大好きっ子ですが、何か？
Yeah. It's from So What If I Like Sakumari? What kind of ship is that?
ここまで来ると、みんな狙ってやってるとしか。
At this point, I have no other choice but to kill you all.
いや、マジの話、アンケートが来た順番に読んでいってるはずだぞ。途中でスルーしたアンケートはあったが、別にパチュリーのネタが書いてあったからスルーしたわけじゃないぞ。
No, seriously, we're just reading them in order. I've skipped a few replies along the way, but I didn't skip anything with Patchouli in it.
いよいよ何かに疲れてるわね。
Maybe I'm finally being possessed by something.
仲間外れにされたレミリアの呪いじゃないか？
By a Remilia's curse that destroys friendships.
なるほど。
Ooh, I get it. That was a very Aya response there. Listen to that. That was 100% Aya.
なるほど。
I hear it's just Aya. I mean, I know it's Aya's voice, but that line delivery right there was just Aya.
逃げろ。今度だったらなでなでしてやる。
That bastard. Next time I see her, I'm going to rub her.
ゆるいな。
That's too weak.
おらしがねで。
With a grater.
きついわね。
That's too brutal.
ゆかりの出番を増やしてくれるとめっちゃ嬉しいです。これは。
I'm really glad Yukari will make more appearances. This is...
パチュリじゃなくて残念だったな。
Unfortunately, he isn't talking about you. No, it's actually a praise for me.
どう見てもゆかりに期待してるだけでしょ。
It's praise for Yukari, no matter how I look at it.
ゆかり紫色私です
Yukari equals violet equals violet color equals me. It's me.
パチ
Patchy.
精神を病んじゃったのか。
She has got a mental illness now, alright?
次回までに治らないと自動的に降板だけど。
If she doesn't recover until next time, we'll have to replace her.
ノータは語ってほしい話題ミサナンの中で一番胸が大きいのは誰ですかミサナン
I've recovered. He wants us to discuss who has the biggest breasts out of old of you. Old of us. The answer is Mailing. We've already said that, but be careful when writing replies. We will try not to correct you. Of course, if you replace help Jack off the horse with help Jack off the horse, we'll have to fix that. So please don't do that. Why do I have to read this? Why did I have to read that?
ミサナンミサ黒ミササバと魔女
Old, Mass, Black Mass, Sabbath, Witch, me!
ミサナンミサ黒ミササバと魔女
らしいぞ。まあ無駄なステータスだと思うけどな。
Probably, but I think you're just trying to boast.
魔女パチュリーって流れも的を得た正解とは言えないけどね。
Witch, Patchouli, I'm not sure that's correct. I don't want to get into this conversation, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere between Urami, Mailing, Ron, Yuyuko, Eren, Yasuka, Kanako, and Nemuno. And maybe Yukari. Or Yugi. Probably, maybe Yugi. Pretty sure it's Urami though. I would argue Urami is the biggest because she's you know. There you go. Which Patchouli? I'm not sure that's correct.
なーに、私は幼児体型だって100も承知だ。フランもそうだし。
Why? I'm just a young girl who knows a lot. Flandre is the same. Yuko, Byakunin, and Yugi are confirmed to have ginormous Robertsons. Yeah, I know. Who's the tallest, though? Mailing's probably one of the tallest. Oh, Komachi, too. How the fuck did we forget about Komachi?
いやー照れるな
No, you're making me blush.
レイムに至っては棒人間だしな。
And Rainbow's like a stick figure.
棒だと
Stick! Sakuga is described as tall. It's not taller than Mailing, though.
貧乳はステータスって最近聞くけど、初期装備をステータスとは言わない。
I've heard that small breasts are a status symbol, but I've never heard of starting equipment being cool. Damn.
音はなんだ音は
What does sticks have to do with this?
じゃあ、棍棒。
Fine, a club.
それこそ初期装備だよ
That's not starting equipment.
魔女候補のアリスもなんか自分の体型を自由に変えられそうだからな。
If we take witches, Alice could work too, since we can change her shape freely.
キモいよ
That's gross.
とりあえず、この中で一番体脂肪率があるのはパチュリーで決まりだ。
Anyway, let's set for Patchouli, since she's the fattest.
もっと他に言い方あるでしょ
Couldn't you pick another way to say it?
ラジオネームネタとシラフの境界線さんちょっと爆発ネタが万能なだけに少し使いすぎではないかだってさ
This one is from Border of Joke and Straight Face. He writes, the explosion punchlines are so universal. Are you going to keep using them?
こりゃいよいよ次回は爆発落ちは封印だな。
I'm starting to think we'll use them in the next game.
血口落ちかたらい落ちか夢落ちを用意しておかないと。
We could use wordplay punchlines, or it was a dream punchlines, or any others, right? Using rhyming words to tell a joke, also known as a pun.
ベタベタのぬるぬるのうちに
Or some sticky and slimy punchline.
火災落ちと血しぶき落ちは任せてよ。
Leave fiery and bloody punchlines to me.
神社ではやらないでよ。
Don't do them at my shrine.
リリー X に対抗してレティ Z みたいなものがあるといいですね。 Z?
It would be cool if we had like Letty Z to oppose Lily X. Z?
レティはレティさん。
We'll call Letty Let T.
語ってほしい話題はヤクモゆかりの失敗談。
He wants us to discuss the failures of Yakumo Yukari.
匂いの体質。
Her smell.
年齢詐称。
Lying about age.
存在そのもの。
Her very existence.
次、人とあやかしの狭間さん。さっきからこの手のラジオネーム多いな。
Next one is from Half Human, Half Fairy. These kinds of names are popular lately.
私も気づいてたけど言わなくていいから。
I've noticed it as well, but you don't have to... What? Ah!
なんだ、びっくりさせるな。
What surprised you?
この人性別の項目に女性を選んでるわ。手が滑ったのかしら。
This person selected female as his gender. Maybe his hand slipped?
別に女がアンケートを送ってきてもいいだろう。何驚いてるんだ？
So what if we have some replies from girls? What's so surprising?
こういうバラエティ系のやつは女性層の支持、特に F3 層は全然ないと思ってたから。
I didn't think we'd get support from females, let alone F3 class females. What does F3 class mean? Is this something I don't know? Okay, I'm not alone here. Hold on. Google! Google! F3 class female. I see women in... What the f... What? Chat, you know what the top 3 results on Google Images are? It's Jamie Chadwick. It's a Formula 1 racer car. And then it's fucking Byleth. Okay. Alright then. Byleth is an F3 class female. I didn't...
そりゃ F3 層はゼロだよ。多分。
I don't think we've got anything from F3 class females.
F3 層って何？
What's F3 class? Oh, hold on. Flandre's asking the hard questions.
50歳以上の女性のことだよ。
What the fuck? Did you just answer your own question? Women that are over 50 years old. Huh?
ありがとう。
Thanks. What do you... What?
わざわざ分身しないで私に聞いてよ。
Don't make clones. Ask me instead. Alright, yeah, I know she can do 4 of a kind. I know. But I was not expecting that because it hasn't happened once. It hasn't happened even once. Take screenshots? No, I already have the thumbnail made for this part. Trust me.
リクエスト。
I made it ahead of time.
マリサ&アリスとレイム&ユカリオンリーでお願いします。私をそんなにひどい目に遭わせたいのか。
Request is... What? Marissa plus Alice and Reimu plus Yukari, I'll only please. Why is she so cruel to me?
前のイベントでは一緒に行ってたじゃない。
You went together with her last time, right?
あれはアリスじゃない。喋る盾だ。
That wasn't Alice. It was a talking meat shield.
ゆかりと一緒とか泣けてくるわ。
Together with Yukari. I'm gonna cry.
次回はともかくその次はどういう組み合わせか忘れたの？
Next time is one thing. Do you remember what comes after that? That was a noise. Give me that again. One more time.
テンション下がるようなこと言うなよ。
Don't say such depressing things.
じゃあ私が代わりに読んであげるね。ゆかりの年について。
Okay,
何歳なのあの化石。
I'll read it for you. About Yukari's age. How old is that fossil? Inhuman anime girl noises. Yep.
17歳ってことにしといてやろうぜ。
Let's just say she's 17.
17の何乗かは知らないけどね。
17 is some unknown power. Damn. Now that's a shot. That's not a single shot. That's the whole goddamn clip.
どこぞの業界では年齢2桁はもう熟女らしいし。
I heard that somewhere a woman is still attractive if her age is 2 digits. What? Oh, what? You're all 2 digits. What?
じゃあこれは熟女の集まりだな。なんだか塩かけが飲みたくなってきた。
Okay, okay. Then we're all attractive here. I want to drink salty kelp tea for some reason now. Everyone is attractive. Bonsai.
おばあちゃん状態ね。
That means you're a granny.
おばあちゃん状態。
That means you're a granny.
あんたのは年齢的にシャレにならない。
Age shouldn't be a laughing matter for you.
それにしてよ。
No, it is.
ふぎゃ
Poogia.
笑わないでください。
Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Please. Please.
ラジオネームミエンさん。
Next is from Mien. Flandre is 495 years old, and Patchy's been drunk since like the 3rd line she's appeared on the screen. She just permanently has a bottle in her hand.
だからなんだよ。脅かすな。
What is it now? Don't be that surprised.
パチュリーよ。褒めてる。
It's
だと。
praise for Patchouli. Huh? Really?
ねえよ。
For real?
ないない。
No way. It must be true.
残念ながら本当よ。
Unfortunately, it is true.
いくら早く。
Fine, fine, read it.
残念ながらする。次、ラジオネーム。
Unfortunately, I'll skip it. Next is from...
おい。おい。おい。
Oi!
冗談よ。読むわよ。パチュリーが出るたびに笑ってしまった。
I'm joking. I'll read it. I laughed every time Patchouli appeared.
バカにしてんの。
Are you kidding me?
よかったな。
That was great.
特に顔がですって。
Especially her face, right?
書いてないよね。それは書いてないわよね。
It cannot be written there. It cannot be true.
私はあなたの味方よ。いや、仲間よ。私はあなたの顔で笑ったりしないわ。
I'm your friend, a friendly magician. I didn't laugh at your face or anything. Reimu. Ukira. God damn it.
話題、金層鏡の面白話か。今やったよ
The topic for discussion is hilarious stories about Gensokyo. We just had one. This is great. I'm loving this.
話題、金層鏡の面白話か。今やったよ
やってないですよ。面白い話が私って何よ。
We didn't. Or am I the hilarious story?
仕方ねえな。私が面白い話してやろう。パチュリーの話以外で。
Okay, seriously. I'll tell you something funny, and not about Patchouli.
私は面白く
I'm not funny.
なんか前に森でキノコ採集してたんだよ。そうしたら遠くの茂みの方でガサガサ言ってたんだ。
It happened when I was picking mushrooms in the forest. I heard someone rustling in the thicket.
野生のルーミアでも飛び出してくるのかと思って全力でファイナルスパークのチャージをしてた。
I thought some wild rumias might fly out, so I charged a full final spark. Jeez, that was
そうしたらこれくらいの小さくて青いキリンが出てきたんだ。
And then a really small blue giraffe came out.
ね
So?
終わり。
The end. Oh, what? That. Huh?
何それ怖い。
That was so scary.
怖くないだろ、面白いだろ。
It wasn't scary, it was funny.
話が異様に怖いし、何よりその話を面白いと思って話してるマリサが一番怖いよ。
Don't forget, yeah, Rumia got multiplied, remember? 666 Rumias were created, and I don't think they got rid of them all, so there's still a couple Rumias flying about. The story was surprisingly scary, and the scariest thing is that Marissa finds it funny.
そうか。
Really?
完全に放送事故なんだけど。
Let's call it a broadcasting accident.
じゃあパチュリーでも見て笑うか。
Then, let's just look at Patchouli and laugh. This is a little bit rude.
こっちみんな私を何だと思ってるのよ。
Don't look at me. What are you all thinking about me?
ラジオネームミナクーシーさん。
Next one is from Minakushi.
ところどころ意味がないっぽいセリフかっこパチェの無駄に多い無キュキュとかが悪い意味で気になります。ぐう
I'm afraid a lot of lines didn't make sense, like Patchy's countless Mukyus. Give me that.
ところどころ
Give me
意味が
that
ないっ
noise
ぽいセリ
again.
フかっこパチェの無駄に多い無キュキュとかが
Listen to that
悪い
noise.
意味で気になります。ぐ
Good.
もうこれ以上パチュリーいじめるな。
Alright, stop teasing Patchouli.
パチュリーのライフはゼロね。
Patchouli's got 0 lives left.
実際無給の数は賛否両論なのよね。
To be fair, there are some good things about Mukyus too.
はっきり言ってどうでもいいけど最初の方に特に多いのはとある理由がある。
If we get really honest, there was a certain reason why there were so many of them in the beginning. Oh, this is deep lore. The original idea was to apply the setting of the Eagle Talon crew to STM. Remilia would be the Chancellor, Sakia would be Yoshida, and Patchouli would be Leonardo. She would say Mukyu instead of Ora, like Leonardo did, and the gatekeeper was that guy with the microphone tattoo. I forgot his name. The whole idea of the setting got lost somewhere along the line, though. What is Eagle Talon? It's probably some kind of comedy group. Let me see. Eagle Talon group. It's a car? Oh, it's an anime. Oh. Japanese flash animation created by Shimane Prefecture. Eagle Talon is a secret society based in Kojimachi, Tokyo. Each episode follows Eagle Talon's attempts. So the Chancellor, the leader, 55-year-old straight man of the team, and created Eagle Talon, hoping to conquer the world and bring about lasting global peace. Yoshida is Sakuya. Yoshida's 24-year-old lieutenant of Eagle Talon, although he's depicted as perpetually looking and sounded like a small boy. Yoshida's kind-hearted, irresponsible, and childish. He is frequently the reason the group's plans fails. I don't know who Philip is. Dr. Leonardo is a genius scientist and inventor that looks like a teddy bear and is responsible for building most of the tools Eagle Talon employs in the plans of world domination. Dr. Leonardo invents the monster machine device introduced early in the series that combines living beings and everyday items to create various monsters. The monster machine frequently makes recurring appearances in the series. And then Leonardo. No. The guy with the microphone tattoo. I don't see anything on that. Eagle Talon anime. Oh, what the fuck? 2006? That's not that old. Excuse me? What the fuck? Wow. Weird. Looks weird. MAL gave it a 6.3 out of 10. So if you don't care about things yourself and only listen to anime reviews from sites like MAL, there you go.
その理由がなくなったから後の方は多少控えてある。
That reason got lost somewhere, so we reduced their number later.
だったら最初の方の名残を修正しろよだって。うるさい。キノコ汁投げちゃうぞ。
So you want us to fix the remains from the beginning? Shut up, or I'll throw mushroom soup at you.
いいのよ、私は一皮むけたのよ。だからむきゅって言えって言われたら言うし、やめろって言われたら言わない。
The best part about MAL is when you check out the review section and you see like one review gives it a 10, the next review gives it a 9, then the next review gives it a 3, and then the review after that gives it like an 8. And it's like, alright, opinions. Although, I will say, the one time I read a MAL review was for Sword Art Online Season 2, and that shit was funny. The dude who wrote that had so much passion, hatred, burning hatred, passion for Sword Art Online Season 2. It was such a good read. That's the best review I ever read. It's fine. I've learned to control myself. When they tell me to say Mukyu, I do. When they tell me not to, I don't.
単なるイエスマンじゃない。あまり気にしないで続きを頼むわ。
So you're a yes man now. Actually, never mind. Let's continue reading. Let me find that. Actually, chat, let me find that review for you, and I'm gonna read it in the middle of this. Let me find that. Where was it? Don't tell me it's gone. I hope it's this one. Let me see. Yep, this is the one. Alright, here we go, chat. I'm gonna read you a story. Listen closely. Here we go. Minor spoilers ahead. There are a lot of things that can be said about Sword Art Online, and most of these things are not pleasant. I will not mince words. I am no fan of the series. The first season was filled with so many issues, both significant and minor, that even watching a single episode was an incredible test of patience. There were some neat ideas hidden in between the mountains of nonsense, and while I can understand why the show was so enjoyable to many people, in my case, it was like an aneurysm waiting to happen. There is often what? Oh god, there's a word in here I don't know. Dichotomy. What is this word?
Dichotomy.
Dichotomy. There's often a dichotomy of opinions towards the show. There are the fans who adore the characters and settings and staunchly defend their right to enjoy whatever they please, and then there are the critics who despise everything the series stands for, often going to the extreme of attacking the fan base and treating the series like it is an abomination forged in the fiery pits of hell. And that is precisely why, regardless of which side you stood on, Sword Art Online was likely not the kind of series that given a shrug and promptly forgotten. Was. Same cannot be said for the second season of Sword Art Online. Whereas the first season was either the Song of Angels or the Cacophony of Demons, the second season is the essence of mediocrity. It delivers even more of the virtual reality MMORPG setting and Kirito's usual time to save the day and wink at my bitches attitude. But that's really all it is. More. It's not offensively bad like the first season was, though it does come close at times, nor does it deliver anything to keep the fans particularly excited. It is a sequel that exists to be a sequel. It exists because the author created a successful franchise and thus he needed to keep the fans appeased by throwing more Kirito and Asuna their way. The story could and should have ended after the first arc, but the profits seem to speak more than the artistic expression, so it goes. To have a discussion about Sword Art Online is to discuss its flaws. There is almost an endless supply of issues to complain about, and while I will not be able to mention all of them, lest this reveal reach novella length, I also do not believe that enjoyment alone is enough reason to praise an anime. So you will have to forgive me for nitpicking the show to death. The little things do add up after a while. Death by 1,000 cuts, they say. We're still going, chat. Hold on, my cheek's getting numb. Okay. Sword Art Online's lackluster second offering begins with an initially promising, and quickly disappointing, Gun Gale Online or GGO arc. After the events of the first season, Kirito is tasked with investigating the murder of several people within GGO. Because, well, apparently a teenager is more capable than the police or a federal agent who has actually been trained in investigation. He is also forced by his contractor to play in the game as a female avatar, because reasons. If this is supposed to be a method to help conceal his identity, it certainly does not have any effect when he continues to refer to himself as Kirito. Most likely, the author simply put this in so that the fans might be able to write Yuri doujins and fulfill their secret desire to be the little girl. That's cool either way, but it doesn't do much to establish the series as something that can be taken even remotely seriously. My cheek is getting sore. Speaking of his female avatar, Kirito is seemingly the only guy in the entire game who plays as the opposite sex. You would think that's pretty normal. It's common enough that people often have to question the real-world gender of female avatars, but every single guy in the game believes without a shred of doubt that Kirito is actually a girl, and so they hit on him and fawn over him. Sinon even goes into a full-blown rage when she finds out about Kirito's actual gender, stating how she feels betrayed and how Kirito was a liar for not telling her in the first place. Like, okay? I guess the author felt it necessary to turn Kirito into a heroine himself because that somehow wasn't enough fan service already. What with all the frequent shots that stare directly at Sinon's butt. Kirito being Kirito, he immediately makes a name for himself by winning a near impossible minigame with little to no effort. And while, sure, it isn't too strange that someone would immediately get the feel for an MMORPG, it is certainly a problem when his playstyle is utterly contrary to the nature of the game. GGO is not a game about melee combat. It is about guns, grenades, and positioning. If a player decides to pull a knife 20 feet away from someone with a machine gun, they will be absolutely and utterly destroyed. Or at least that would be common sense. If sense actually applied to Kirito. He decides to use a lightsaber. Seriously. In a first-person shooter and then proceeds to dodge or cut every single bullet that crosses his path. And in one case, even sends a bullet flying into a building, which then causes the entire thing to collapse. Apparently, he deflected a tank shell. Perhaps Kirito is some sort of god, seeing as he can think and react thousands of times faster than any other human being. The show explains it away with some high agility stat nonsense, failing to realize that Kirito predicting the path of dozens of bullets 2 feet in front of him requires superhuman thought, just as it requires superhuman speed. It seems Kirito is so powerful that petty concepts such as sense do not apply to him. Praise be to our god, Kirito. May he forever bless us. Thankfully, the addition of Sinon creates a bit of a distraction from the Kirito bollocks. But her being a female character, she still inevitably becomes a part of Kirito's harem. And he manages to swoon her by spouting some of the most embarrassingly cliche lines I've perhaps ever seen in anime. Let me quote one of his brilliant lines. "No one dies alone. When that person dies, the part of them that lives within someone else dies too. You already live within me." And yes, this is actually something he says within the show. Now excuse me while I go and vomit. Almost there, almost there. Holy shit, this is so long. There's also one particularly obnoxious scene in the second episode where Sinon falls from the top of a skyscraper, somehow dodges all but one of the hundreds of bullets hurling at her from the Gatling gun below. All of them land just a few feet below her, which one would assume is because the shooter is trying to match his aim with her falling speed, except if he wasn't completely lacking in brain cells, he would realize that all he needs to do is stop moving his aim for a fraction of a second and Sinon would be annihilated. No such thing happens, and Sinon sends a sniper bullet through his head as she approaches the ground. Because that is how sniper rifles work. Spouts a cheesy catchphrase, the end, and lands the one of those cliche shots where her back faces her dying enemy. I'm not sure if this scene was supposed to be cool or something, because the only emotions it conveyed to me were frustration and embarrassment. Embarrassment over the fact that I just finished watching something that even 10-year-olds would think dumb. This man's never seen the Boob Matrix. Sinon's trauma is somewhat interesting, for it at least creates a character in the show who is actually flawed as a person. But the manner in which the trauma is developed is far from great. She's portrayed as being emotionally strong, even more so than Asuna or our god Kirito. And then, as soon as she sees the same pistol that was used in the incident from her trauma, she immediately turns into a suicidal mess, saying how she doesn't care about dying while actively making an attempt to survive. Whatever. The trauma is not there to develop Sinon's character in any meaningful way or to carry any message about the struggles of post-traumatic stress disorder, but simply exists to establish her as a tragic heroine so that the audience can pity her and empathize with Kirito's desire to protect her. How exciting. The show also tries to create a trauma for Kirito too, although it only ever comes across as a lame, cloying attempt to make him a darker character. He is apparently haunted by his Sao days where he was forced, in self-defense, to kill 2 player characters who were murderers themselves. He is so damaged by the incident that in one scene, a nurse actually hugs and comforts him. But his supposed trauma is never explored in any death and is forgotten about as quickly as it's mentioned. The fact that he can laugh, smile, and engage in PvP only moments later is a testament to the fact that it never really mattered in the first place. It also shows that the author has no idea what kind of character he even wants Kirito to be. Is he a dark anti-hero or a lighthearted goof who just happens to be good at MMORPGs? The show has no idea. It throws Kirito from personality to personality to the point where you have no idea who the hell he even is anymore. Fucking Jesus, this is longer than I remember. Alright, we're still going. The story surrounds the antagonist of GGO, cheesily named Death Gun. It deserves a small amount of praise for its willingness to change the show's formula a little bit by creating a meaningful connection between the virtual world and the real world. The way in which Death Gun carries out his crimes is actually quite neat, but the identity of the killer is perhaps less so. The killer immediately transforms into a raging lunatic the second their identity is revealed, committing their crimes for reasons as dumb as, I hate my parents. Is it so difficult to write an antagonist that actually has personality and a legitimate, though disagreeable, reason for their actions? It's not as though every person who ever commits a bad deed is a psychopath. Normal people do bad things too. Most of the suspense of Death Gun's murder spree is created through dumb contrivances. Though, the character cannot log out in the middle of the tournament, meaning it would be impossible to avoid being killed by Death Gun unless they defeat him in the game themselves. I am pretty sure it would be against every sort of law imaginable, especially after the Sao incident, for players to not be able to leave the game whenever they please. What if there's something urgent going on in the real world, and they can't get to it because the tournament is taking longer than expected? What if their bloody house is on fire? The restriction is utterly asinine, it would never actually exist, but I suppose there wouldn't be much of a story if it didn't. Sword Art Online is less interested in creating a believable world and more in twisting and changing everything about it to fit with the author's whims. The story of GGO is over before it ever actually starts. It's a shame, because the setting actually carried a surprising amount of potential. The post-apocalyptic, mercenary-led, and cyberpunk wastelands of GGO is far more exciting than the tired fairies and elves and swords fantasy of Sao and AOL. Once the fight with Death Gun is wrapped up, Kirito and his harem simply move on to the next game without much care. Except the next game is just ALO all over again. The second arc of the story is a forgettable haze of nothing. All that happens during these 3 episodes is that Kirito obtains the most powerful sword in the game, because he wasn't already powerful enough for something. There's also more utter stupidity like Kirito and his party being pulled into a quest line that could actually delete the entire game's data. I am absolutely sure the developers would program something that allows years of hard work and their entire source of revenue to be brought to nothing, right? And the next game is more AOL 2, although the story does attempt to take a different turn in the third and final arc by temporarily passing the protagonist's baton to Asuna. But even a lack of Kirito seemingly cannot do much to improve the series, even with the incredible amount of detail given to Asuna's character. Her troubled relationship with her mother, who wants her to lead a normal life, her feelings about the future, and her struggle to save a newfound friend. Somehow, after all those episodes and after all those awful things she had to deal with, Asuna was still the exact same person she was during her first appearance. She does nothing but fill the shoes of what many would consider the perfect girlfriend. She is lacking in flaws and devoid of personality. She's just a pretty face who goes through some bad things. I suppose the aim shouldn't even have been to develop her character, but to give her a character in the first place. If you throw rocks into a tornado, it will still remain a rock once it reaches the ground. Among the dozens of other things in the third arc to find issue with, there's one particular scene that comes to mind. As Asuna and her new friend are fighting to reach the boss room before another group of people, Kirito, somehow, conveniently, shows up as part of their reinforcements. He decides to betray them all for Asuna and her friend's sake, and holds off 20 or so people completely on his own. The initial half of the enemy party decides to use healers, and one of Asuna's allies then complains that they're not being fair, as if using healing magics in an MMO is somehow a new concept. They manage to win, despite being vastly outnumbered, and as Asuna and her party enter the boss room, Kirito, surrounded by flames, makes a peace sign while holding off the horde of enemy players. Somehow I think this scene might feel more appropriate in a teenager's fanfiction. It should also be mentioned how cringeworthy any scene with Yui is, such as when Kirito writes a program so that he can see through the cafe's camera and then hang out with them in reality. Please, she's an annoying NPC, not the daughter of a bloody teenager. If she were erased from the entire story, I doubt anyone would complain. And why are Kirito and Asuna so incapable of showing physical affection? They've been dating for 3 years now, and even made virtual babies with each other in SAO. But in the real world, they do not dare kiss or engage in sexual activities. It makes their relationship feel very weak and superficial, almost like the author is afraid of fully committing them to one another because it would make Kirito unable to have his harem. The show eliminates any sense of realistic romantic relationship by attempting to appease both harem and Asuna fans, except in reality, it has quite the opposite effect. Those who want to see the relationship between Kirito and Asuna develop will only find themselves disappointed, and those who want more of the harem will find themselves even more disappointed. The problem with Kirito's harem is that all its members are there only as eye candy. Even Kirito's bouncy sister is pushed to the side and made irrelevant, despite her receiving so much screen time in the previous season that it seemed things were about to develop into a love triangle. Nope, all that was for nothing. She and the others are still following Kirito along, finding themselves jealous whenever he and Asuna share a tender moment. And really, what is the point in them even being there at this point? To remind us they exist so they can be used in Ero Dojins? Great. Furthering this issue is the show's reluctance to write in male characters that are not raging lunatics or utterly irrelevant. Kirito is the only male in the entire story who ever matters. None of the girls have any interest in Klein or any of the other males. They just fight over Kirito despite the fact that he is already, supposedly, in a relationship. It's not that there needed to be another male character with its own love interest, given that Sword Art Online is absolutely terrible at writing romance, but the least the show could do is give Klein and the others a bit more attention. Klein exists only as some random dude that tags along with Kirito, and it's a shame because it's a hell of a lot more interesting than Kirito ever was. The last few episodes carry a fair share of emotional weight, but it's quite difficult to care much about what's going on when the entire arc moves at lightning speed. Asuna and Yuki act like they're best friends after only knowing each other for about 2 days. It is not much longer until Asuna starts rushing to her side in the real world and crying for her sake. Sure, it's pretty hard not to feel sorry for Yuki given her crappy situation is, but the audience is just thrown into the drama without being given any time to think about what's going on. I'm not the kind of person who believes that there is something inherently wrong with shock value, but I mean, for God's sake, the least you could do is give me some reason to be invested in the characters first. It's just melodrama without purpose. The actual fight scenes are also thoroughly disappointing. There are no longer any situations where the characters' lives feel at stake. It's a video game, and Kirito is incapable of defeat. Most of these are barely longer than 2 minutes anyway. So if you were looking forward to massive boss battles and crazy nonsense from the first season like Kirito's dual-wielding skill, there's none of that here. The show itself spends most of its budget on Sinon's ass. Does Sword Art Online look nice? Sure, and it sounds nice too, but no matter how pretty the scenery and how intense the main battle theme is, it cannot make the unexciting exciting. Unless the music is married with an appropriate scene, it will achieve nothing if not being awkward. And often the scenes in Sword Art Online feel awkward. All Sword Art Online does is look and sound nice. In this case, the wrapping paper is more exciting than the contents. The show has some issues. I still feel there's so much I miss and so much more that needs to be said about the series. I tried my best to assort all my angry groans and rolled eyes into something that actually resembles a proper piece of writing, so if it feels like a massive wall of whining, I apologize. There was a lot to whine about. And no, I don't believe that my standards being too high is a valid rebuttal. Standards are not something that anyone should ever apologize for. It does not matter if a show strives to be some intellectual commentary or if its content is just being simple-ass entertainment, and Sword Art Online definitely falls on the simple-ass entertainment side of the spectrum. If a show is dumb enough that you can enjoy it only by turning your brain off, then it is not something that is worth your time. There are plenty of entertainment out there that can be enjoyed while brain cells are in use. Some of them are even aimed at children. See Aikatsu, Cardcaptor Sakura, or My Neighbor Totoro. So I don't see much reason to force yourself to enjoy mediocrity when quality is easily available. But if you enjoy Sword Art Online, that's okay too. You're free to watch and enjoy whatever the hell you damn well please, and the people who say you are a lesser person for enjoying mindless entertainment are just as mindless themselves. Sword Art Online definitely has a great deal of appeal among younger folk and MMORPG fans. But please, if you enjoy the series in any capacity, do yourself a favor and do not conflate your personal enjoyment with critical quality. Fun does not necessarily mean good. It often does how we can appreciate something we hate watching after all. But in this case, the enjoyment of Sword Art Online has nothing to do with its merit as a story because it doesn't have any. Sword Art Online is a mess and it needs shoveling. End quote. This guy had a lot of time on his hands. Yeah, but he got a lot. All right, how long was that, chat? Because I'm gonna put a timestamp on that so people who don't care can just skip it and move on. That man told no lie. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked it. He's right though. If you've ever seen Sword Art Online Season 2, you'll know that 90% of the budget did in fact go into Sinon's ass. There are so many camera shots that are just from that angle for no reason. There's more effort put into that piece than any fight scene. How do we get to this point again? Because we googled Eagle Talon, found it was an anime, compared it to the MAL rating of 6.3, which brought up the topic of MAL reviews, which reminded me of the best MAL review I ever read. Anyway, I'm gonna continue. I'm still gonna put a timestamp in case people don't. Sinon, it's S-I-N-O-N. It's silly. Alright, we're gonna resume now. So you're a yes man now. Actually, never mind. Let's continue reading.
コミック化されている内容月の連中についてはさっきちょっとやったから扱うなら別の方かしら
The topic here is things that were covered in the comics. We already talked about the Lunarians manga. Is there anything else?
アンソロジー3人組だっけ？
The manga about 3 anthology characters.
だからアンソロじゃないわよ
We told you they're not anthology characters.
あのいたずら妖精の名前を未だに覚えられないんだけど
I still can't remember the names of those fairies. What did we do?
なんだっけ？サニー？
What was it? Sunny? Coco?
トリコ
Toriko?
なんか違くない？
Wasn't it different?
何が違うのか全くわからんな。
It was different, but I don't know what it was.
まあ気が向いたら作品の方にも登場
Well, if we feel like it,
しないんだね
we might include them in the game. Not.
ないな。次行こうぜ。
Don't negate it. Let's move on to the next one.
ラジオネームアサさんこれからエンディングコンプしてきます全部見ても何にも起きないよ
Next is from Asa. I'll complete the games from now on. I did so, but nothing happened.
ピンクのしおりが出てきたりおまけのクイズゲームがプレイできたりなんてことはないし
I didn't even get a pink bookmark or a quiz on the omake.
強くてニューゲームが出たりセリフの順番を自由に変えられる幻想郷シアターモードが解禁されたりすることもないし
And I didn't even get the Gensokyo theater mode, where I could change all the lines in the game.
そのシアターモードはちょっと欲しいな。
I want that theater mode as well. Oh, there are definitely language mods.
語ってほしい話題は白霊神社の賽銭箱にお賽銭都市伝説なんじゃない
He wants us to speak about the donations in the Hakude Shrine Box. Isn't that an urban legend?
ゴルゴムの仕業か。
No, that's correct. It's Sunny Milk, Luna Child, and Star Sapphire. It must be Gorgorum's doing.
幻想郷のくぼ地にはガスが溜まりやすいからその幻覚作用による幻
It's a hallucination created by gas which gathers in Gensokyo's ravine.
っていうか普通に遊びに来るときはお賽銭を入れないのはわかるけどお正月とかにも入れないのはあなたたちに問題がある
Actually, I understand why you don't donate every time you come here, but why don't you donate anything during New Year's celebrations?
次、ラジオネーム、門番の生足に蹴られたいさんだぜ。
Next, this one is from I want to be kicked by a gatekeeper.
勝手に進めるんじゃない
Don't just change the topic like this.
うるさいな。二人ともレイムの脇を押さえろ。
Oh, shut up. You two, hold Reimu's arms.
右手は添えるだけ
I can only hold her right arm.
全然自由に動けるよ私押さえつけるならもっと腰を入れなさい
No, I can still move freely. If you want to hold me, put more effort into it. Hold me back! Hold me back!
脇がダメだ
Fine. Guard your armpits.
痛い痛い出る出ちゃうから中身が出ちゃうでしょ
Ow! It hurts. Stop. You're ripping me apart. I'm gonna break.
参ったか
Giving up already?
静かになったところで読むぜ。
Move your body preebly. Now that she's quiet, I'll keep
い
reading.
ろいろ詰め込んだせいで全体的に内容が濃い割に横道にそれることも多くやってて疲れることが多かったです。ほうほう。
I got tired very often because there's so much content and the game keeps sidetracking a lot. Ho ho.
さっきのやりとりみたいなことだな。すまん。
I think you mean something like what we just did. Sorry.
あなた力強いんだからもっと手加減しなさい特に人間は優しく扱いなさい
That hurt. You're too strong. Please restrain yourself, especially when you're handling humans.
レイム、そういうのはノーグッドらしいから、さっきの脇固めはなかったことにしてくれ。
Reimu, you're no good. You didn't guard your armpits at all that time.
はあ、いや、めっちゃ痛いんですけど。
Huh? No, it really hurt though.
気のせいだ。脇固めなんてされてないし、そもそも私たちは無駄話すらしてない。そして一番重要なのは空気を読むことだ。
I'm just thinking, if you had guarded your armpits, we wouldn't have this ridiculous conversation. You have to learn to read the mood.
こんな空間の空気なんて読めん。
I can't read your subconsciousness.
亜空間といえば、このアンケートには住んでる地域を選ぶ項目があったんだが、途中まで徳島がなかった。徳島の人、ごめんだぜ。絶対に許してくれ。
Speaking of reading, we forgot to include Tokushima as a valid location in the reply form initially. Please forgive us, people of Tokushima.
徳島ってどこ？
Where is Tokushima?
四国のどっか。
It's in Shikoku. Somewhere.
阿波踊りを踊りながらすだちと発光ダイオードを作るところよ。
That's where Awa Odori dance comes from. They also grow sudachi and make LEDs. Well, I don't know how to download the game and extract OSTs, but you could try that. There's an in-game music player. You just boot up the program, put it to the side if you really, really want it. And that way it would loop indefinitely for you.
すごい誤解を招きそうな言い方だぜ。どうでもいいけど、初代県知事は安倍さんだ。
That's a really misleading statement. Anyway, it was founded by Abu.
それの方が誤解を受けそうだけど。
This is actually a misunderstanding.
どこがだよ。これで誤解を受けたやつは心が汚れている証拠だ。
What is it? If anyone is misled by this, it's the proof of how terrible their minds are.
そしてこの門番の生足に蹴られたいさん、語ってほしい話題がキャラクターの胸の大きさ談義だ。
Now this, I want to be kicked by a gatekeeper guy, wants us to increase the size of characters' breasts.
ラジオネームといい話題といい、君の心も多少くすんでいるかもしれない。注意しろ。
From your name and your request, I think you may be a little dull. I'm warning you.
よし、次だ。
Alright, next one.
ラジオネーム高梨かささん。難しい読み方使いやがって。
Next one is from Takanashi Kasa. Why does this reading has to be so hard? Irregular kanji reading consists of kotori and yu. It is said that small birds, kotori, can only play with their enemies, falcons, taka, are not present. Other examples is kusaka and shinobazu. If you're familiar with kanji for Sanai's family name Kochiya, Kochi is formed with east and wind, but a name formed from south and wind is read as Hai? Uh-huh. Thank you, translator's note.
これから読むアンケートのラジオネームは全部カタカナのやつだけでいいよね。
Let us only read those replies which are signed in katakana from now on.
無茶言うな。虚無感に絶望感と素晴らしい完成度で全宇宙が泣いた感動巨編でした。これは嘘をついてる味ね。
Don't be absurd. Your work has made me feel desperate and empty inside, and at the end I felt like the whole universe was crying. This is probably a lie.
言葉を素直に受け取れよ。熱い絶賛は読んでて気分がいいだろ。
Just accept it. Don't you like when you're being praised this passionately?
その後にあとパチュリーかわいいよパチュリーだって。
I mean, it says, oh, and Patchouli is really cute after that.
それは嘘だな。
Well, that's definitely a lie.
嘘。嘘。違う、嘘じゃないわよ。
Yeah, a lie. Wait, a lie? No, it's not a lie. You're lying.
混乱するなよ。
Stop confusing us.
ニュースが漢字の人はもっと読んでいた方がいいわね。高梨かささん。いや、
I'd like to have
素晴らしい。
I'd like to have more difficult names like this. Mr. Takanashi Kasa, you're awesome.
地ヘド吐きながら床のた打ち回って頑張ってください。これは遠回しにパチュリーに死ねって言ってるのね。
Please keep your hard work until you can't stand up from your bed and vomit blood. I think he just wished for Patchouli to die in a roundabout way.
そんなことないでしょ。言葉を素直に受け取りなさい。
He didn't do it. Start accepting what is written there.
そのアンケートちょっと炙ってみようか。
Maybe we should try scorching it a little?
暗号もないから。
It's not a riddle.
とにかく君はもっと現実に目を向けなさい。
Anyway, you should start living in reality.
道踏み外してないから。私のファンでも人生間違ってないから。
He's not some kind of lunatic. There's nothing wrong in being my fan.
次パチュリンの番よ。
Next, your turn, Patchouli.
読みましたわ。キュキュ。気持ちいい。太陽の光が眩しいな。
There, let me read it. Mukyu. Ah, it feels so good. The sunlight is so bright.
早くしろ。
Just read it already.
ラジオネームワスさん。最初から最後までニヤニヤしっぱなしでした。
This one's from Masu. I was grinning the whole game, lol.
読んでる人もニヤニヤしっぱなしだぜ。
You were grinning the whole time when you read this letter.
ニヤニヤっていうより気味悪く笑ってるわね。
She wasn't grinning. She was laughing horribly.
の出番が少なかったのがとても残念です。EX の活躍を期待しています。
Too bad Flounder didn't get many appearances. I'm looking forward to seeing her in the extra part, lol.
なんであいつ笑ってんだよ。
Why is she laughing now?
我が世の春が来たってやつかな。
Maybe she's like that spring announcer?
我が世の春が来た。
Spring has come to our world!
そうみたいね。
Looks like it.
幸せそうでいいじゃないか。しばらくはあのままにしといてやろう。
Maybe she's just this happy. Let's leave her be for a while.
無給状態。
The Mukyu condition.
はいほら次。
Yes, okay, next
ラ
one.
ジオネームポケットルーミアが欲しいさん。
Next one is from I Want a Pocket Roomia. Oh, I feel that one, buddy.
さっきからラジオネームが煩悩と化してる人がいるわね。
A lot of people started to cram their wishes in their names.
108つのお荷物はなかなか捨てられないからな。
They can't get rid of their worldly desires.
途中から思ってたことなんですが、アリスとフランいなくてもよくない？うふ。
I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if Flandre and Alice didn't exist?
ちょっと表に出て頭冷やそうか。
I think I'll cool my head for a minute.
いやいやいや、お前は必要だから。そんなに殺気を出すな。空間を歪ませるな。宇宙の法則を乱すな。
No, no, no. You're really necessary. Don't try to kill yourself. Don't wrap the space and bend the laws of the universe, please.
ドドドドドド。
Do, 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 do.
アリスがいなかったら終始マリサの一人相撲だったと思うわね。
If there wasn't Alice, Marissa would be a one-man band the whole time.
それはそれで嫌だな。あんなやつでも使い道はいくらでもあるんだ。これを聞いてるみんなもアリスでも役に立つってことが分かったのなら、明日から社会の歯車になろうぜ。
In that case, I don't want it. Even someone like her has uses. Everyone. Let's find a use for Alice and make her a member of society. Well, I tried that in my dreams, but I don't think it worked.
絶対に働きたくない。
I'm sure she's not willing to work. Maybe that's why I couldn't win.
リクエストにリリーターン A の登場を希望って書いてるね。
His request is, I would like to see Lily form A.
これ以上変なやつ増やしたら注目がそれに行って私たちがどうでもよくなっちゃうね。
3 a.m. McDonald's booze. If we're going to have such weird things and listen to everyone, we'll turn into a mess.
フラン、その考察はあながち的外れじゃないな。コーナーゲスト投票3位がそのいい例だ。
Flandre, asking for opinions is not necessarily bad. Voting for corner guests was a good example.
そんなヒゲが生えてそうなリリーが出てもバッドエンド直行ね。
If such bearded Lily versions appears, we can declare a bad end on the spot.
その前に幻想郷の歴史が終わるけん。
Gensokyo's history will end before that happens.
こんな世界は一回リセットした方がいいと思うけど。
I think this is a good way to reset this world.
お前、それでも結界を守る巫女か。
Hey, aren't you the shrine maiden who guards the barrier?
欲しかったらあげるけど、神社。
If you want, I can give the shrine to you.
いらね
I don't need it.
え。次、ラジオネームラビ師匠さん、女性だ。
Next, this one is from Rabi Siso, female.
マリサがすごく可愛いです。それほどでもあるぜ。
Marissa is really cute. That's right.
もっと喜びなさい。不安の声援には体を張って答える。
Be more excited. Show your fans that you're ready to die for her. Maspa.
体張ってるな、パチュリ。
Don't be ready to die, Patchouli.
なになに？アリスの気持ちがわかります。わかっちゃダメだと思う。
Let's see. I sort of understand how Alice feels. You should never feel like her.
マリサはあれだね。XX 型の染色体の生物にモテるんだね。
I guess Marissa is attracted to people with XX chromosomes.
幻想郷のほとんどはその生物なんだけどね。
People like her only exist in Gensokyo.
ちなみに性別の染色体の組み合わせは2種類だけじゃなくて、片方が不完全だったり多かったりするタイプもあり。
By the way, there are more than 2 possible gender chromosome combinations. You can also have an extra one of them or miss one completely.
使えるの早いな。
Oh, you've already recovered.
パチはなんだか鬱陶しい博識キャラみたいになってきてるね。
And Pachi has become an annoying know-it-all character.
鬱陶しい。
Annoying?
鬱陶しいことになりそうだから次行くわ。
Since she's annoying, let's continue.
ラジオネーム
ええだろ
バンホーさん。なんだろうこの人は。いろいろと絶賛してくれてるわね。
This one is from Banho. What's wrong with this guy? He's telling a lot of praise.
よかったじゃないか。
Isn't that good?
なんか私たちがこの人に金品を献上したみたいに思われそうじゃない。
It feels like he's thanking us for giving him gold or something.
その発想はなかったぜ。
I've never thought about it like that.
大変だ。暴対法で訴えられちゃう。
Oh no, the AOCL will sue us. Anti-organized crime law. This law authorizes certain people to prevent situations like the following. There were cockroaches in your ramen, I demand money for it. Clear it out now. I know some people, so I'm looking forward to when we meet again. Pay me protection money. What? Authorizes certain people to prevent situations like the following. I know some people, so basically threats and hustling, really.
脅したの？
Are we being threatened?
いろいろと感想を書いてくれてるから一部抜粋するわ。ねえ何度笑ったことか。
He wrote a lot. Here's an excerpt. And whew, things just cracked me up. Whew. Fucking Alice.
何を抜粋してんだ？
Why did you select that?
って
What?
何？
What's fu?
誰もが持っているスペルカード、タイムオブセージを発動させた時に出る言葉よ。
That's what everyone says when they time out a spell card.
ふう
Whew. Whew.
ふう
Whew.
ふう
Whew.
何このシーン。
What's with this scene?
続きいくわよ。と言っても終始ベタ褒め内容でここで紹介するのもはばかられるわね。
I'll continue. But actually, I'm not sure if I should read all this praise to you.
レイムが出れるほどとは恐れ入ったぜ。
I'm amazed how considerate Reimu is in Dere mode.
そのデレとかデレじゃないとかいかがなものかと思うわよ。普
I don't,
段普通にしてるつもりなのに少し気を許すとツンデレだの言われて尺よ。
I don't know if this is Dere or not. Not sure what to think about it. I wanted to go as usual, but I've let guard down and now I'm tsundere again.
レイム、一体何と戦ってるんだ？
Reimu, what are you fighting with?
未成年は見えない何かと戦いがち。
It must be some fight the minors shouldn't see.
落ち着きなさい。アンケートで浮かれるなんて愚か者のやることよ。
Calm down. Don't act like a fool when a reply is giving praise.
うるさい愚か者。
Shut up, you are a fool.
高魔教で出演してて ヨーヨームでは出演できないってキャラがいると寂しいな。出なくても寂しくない。
The characters who appeared in EoSD but won't appear in PCV must be lonely. They aren't lonely.
出してよ。
Let them appear.
っていうか出てるから。
Actually, they can appear.
出過ぎな気がするんだけど。
I feel like they would appear too often.
グダグダパートを一気に引き受けてくれる連中だから、次回のアンケート取ったらお叱りはあいつらに向かうぞ。
We can have them do all the boring parts, and then we can blame them when we get angry replies.
ならいいわね。バンホーさん、心配めさるな。
Ah, then that's fine. Mr. Banho, don't worry about it.
ほんと、誰だよお前。
Seriously, who are you acting as?
こうなったら語ってほしい話題もやっちゃうわね。おじいさまのうるせえが絶品すぎる件について。
ほほ。
Then let's see what he wants us to discuss. Mistress, amazing. Shut up. Shout. Ho ho.
うるせ
Shut up. Shut up.
え。うるせ
Shut up.
お前たちがうるさいよ。
Oh, shut up, all of you.
ラジオネームシリさん。これを知った理由にショップの宣伝と書いてあるわね。
Next one is from
珍
Shudi.
しい。
There's also an ad for a shop here. Interesting.
既得な店もあったもんね。
Must be a good shop.
ゆっくりのあそこだろ。
Maybe they saw Yukuri's? Yokomashi!
ゆっくりのぬいぐるみをゴミ箱に入れて陳列してたところ。
Maybe they stuff Yukuri's in the trash boxes and display them like that? Flan, what the hell? That's not cool.
そうそう。
Ah, yeah. What do you-
いくらなんでも発言が自由すぎないかしら。
Maybe this
このコーナ
maybe this corner has too much freedom of speech.
最初からでしょ。
That's not limited to this corner. Mugyu?
なんだよ。お前の母国語はびっくりするんだよ。
What now? Don't surprise us with your native language.
ヨヨも関係ないけどパチェを出してほしいです。ですって。私の時代が始まった。
Oh, she's not related to PCB, but I wish Patchouli would appear there. My time has come.
嘘つくな。あ、本当に書いてある。
Stop making it up. Ah, it really is written there.
何語ってほしい話題。パチェの死について
Let me see.
か。
He wants us to discuss the usual death of Patchouli.
書いてないよね。書いてないからパチェの一日についてじゃない。
That's not what it says. It says the usual day of Patchouli.
見た目は少女、頭脳は大人。これ送ったのって。
The person who wrote this looks like a girl, has brain of an adult.
かわいそうだから触れないでおきましょう。
That's too sad. Let's not discuss it.
そうだな。
Indeed.
パチェ、ずっと友達だからね。
Patchy, I'll always be your friend.
遅延じゃない。
I didn't write this!
とりあえず、お前の一日を簡単に説明してみろ。
Anyway, try to describe your usual day.
私の一日の始まりは早いわ。
My days start early.
まずはアンケートを送信することから始まる。
Yes. It starts with sending us your replies.
違う。私は朝の一杯の。
Wrong. I just drink in the morning.
かけそばを食う。天ぷらを乗せるのを忘れない。
Then you eat noodles, and then tempura as well.
サラリーマンじゃないわよ。一杯のお湯を飲む。それで体内からリフレッシュ。心もすっきり。
I'm not a salary man. I drink a cup of hot water. It refreshes my body and mind.
そのお湯と同じ量の焼酎を入れてるんだっけ。
Don't you mix that water with booze?
そこまで落ちぶれてないからいいから真面目に聞きなさい。その後朝の支度を済ませお気に入りの安楽椅子に座りお気に入りの
I'm not that pathetic. Now listen, I'm being serious. After I finish my morning preparations, I sit in the chair I like and read a book I like.
本を。次、祝いのわら人形さん。ルーミアと大妖精を脇役でもいいので出してほしいです。大妖精？
Next is from Cursed Straw Doll. Rumia and Dayuse are supporting characters, but I'd like to see more of them. Dayuse?
大妖精いいよね。声とか、声。
We can add Dayuse, at least her voice.
その2匹とか小悪魔はファンの数は少ないけど代わりに熱狂的なのよね。
She and Kwakuma don't have that many fans, But their fans are really crazy about them.
仕方ねえから次のイベントの時も声かけてやるか。
No way around this. We'll have to feature her in the next event.
アリスのプライベートとパチュリーの同人誌のことを語ってほしいって。
He writes, I want to know about Alice's private life and Patchouli's dojins.
知りたくもねえな。
No, you don't want to know.
アリスはなんか親指とか常にかじってるイメージがあるわね。
For some reason, I always imagine Alice biting her own thumb
独り言多そうだしな。
and talking to herself a lot.
思い出し笑いも多そうだよ、その人。
This person is so fun to recall.
部屋にあるものは整理してあるけど、それでも部屋が汚そう。
She always cleans her room, but it always looks dirty.
美味しいものは作れるけど、料理自体は雑とか。
She can cook, but all her food is horrible.
プライベートっていうより特徴だな。しかも私たちの想像上の。
That's not her private life, that's her traits, and we're just making them up.
でも、人の見た目から想像する印象は、おおよそは裏切らないよ。
But an impression that is created in our imagination can't be that far from truth.
深いお言葉ありがとうフラン。
Great words. Thanks, Fondre.
パチュリーの同人誌については本人から聞いた方がいいわね。
Concerning the doujinshi, let's ask Patchouli herself.
よくわかる発問禁止の陣。
I made one about the famous Eight Gates Golden Locks formation. A battle formation from Romance of the Three Kingdoms. The idea is to position troops in 8 directions. It's standard formation used by Supreme Commander's unit. The reason for this formation is that it can quickly adapt to most situations. However, it has a weakness. Because the soldiers have to spread, maneuvers take a long time. That's why only one person successfully uses formation in the novel. Zhuge Liang, I guess. I don't know what that looks like. I need a visual representation of what that looks like. Funny, it can adapt to any situation, but its weakness is that it can't do it fast enough. So what's the point?
売れねえよバカ。
Don't act smart, fool. It's a hentai book. What?
売れるよバカ。
Start acting smart, fool.
なかなかわかってるじゃない。あるとなしだと3倍から5倍を売り上げが違うの？
You know this well. Hentai books sell 3 to 5 times better. Yes, Patchy. I know.
知りたくもないよそんな情報。なんか前にアリスとパチュリーは同類だと思ったことあったけど、あながち間違いじゃない気がしてきた。
I don't want to hear this. I had a thought that Alice and Patchouli are similar. Looks like I wasn't completely wrong.
印象はおおよそ裏切らないからね。
See? Your imagination wasn't far from truth.
なるほどな。
I see it now.
そういえばあの二人の声をシンクロさせるシーンあったけど、面倒だから二度としない。
By the way, there was also a scene when they spoke in sync. That was really hard to make. We'll never do that again. They did that in Dragon Ball Z too as well, chat. When with Gogeta and Vegito, they had them do their lines like at the same time. So they were like in perfect sync. God, that sounds difficult to pull off.
文句は受け付けない。次、西武積袋線さん。
Actually, stop complaining. Next, from Seibatsumi Bokuro-sen.
ゆかりんが好きなのでヨーヨームが今から楽しみです。私の経験上、発売前にワクワクするのが一番楽しいんだぜ。
I love Yukari, so I'm really excited for PCB. I don't know, from my experience, I'm most excited for sales. Yeah, we're approaching about an hour and a half.
ゆかりが好きとかどんだけなのよ。こいつ罪袋でしょ。
Who's that guy who likes Yukari? This Sumibokuro.
だからそう書いてあるだろ。
Hey, it's written right here.
確定乗っててエコダで特急待ちのために数分待つのってイライラするよね。
He must be angry because he had to wait near Yogota for an express train to pass.
池袋付近で電車とすれ違う時に低速運転になるのはイライラするわね。
He must be angry because his train moved slowly near Ikebukuro since the area was busy.
誰が西武線の不満を言えって言ったよ。
Who told you to act angry about Senbu Line? Chad, imagine you get on a train and then Yukari uses her super. And then the train you're on gets summoned and you just fucking go through a portal and then you don't even know what's going on. You're just looking. You're like, what? And then you're gone just as quick as you came. And you just have to like, you just have to hold that for the rest of your life, never understanding what the fuck happened.
ゆかりの不満を言いなさい。
Fine, be angry about
そう
Yukari.
そう、いや違う。せっかく次回作のキャラに期待してくれてるんだから、なえるようなこと言うなよ。
Yes, I mean no. After all, people are waiting for her performance in the next game. Don't make her sound lame.
次回のリクエストに初回特典で長編 RPG 搭載版希望って書いてあるから嫌がらせしてみただけよ。
Sure, and next time people will harass us, the reply is like, I hope you guys make a long RPG for me next time.
嫌がらせすんな。まあ確かに RPG は得点ってレベルじゃないからな。
They won't. Well, at least I'm sure they won't ask us for RPGs. They might.
RPG は私たちに期待しちゃダメよ。
Don't expect any RPGs from us.
単純に冒険したくないだけだろ。
In order to get a free trip to Gensoka, you have to jump off the train in that moment. Do you understand how much of a bad idea that is? It's just we're not really the adventurous types.
ずっと家にいたい。
I wish I never had to leave home.
だろうな。まあ RPG は別のところがやってくれてるからそっちよ。
Indeed. Anyway, there are other people making RPGs. Play those instead.
大抵バグってて最後までプレイできないけどね。
They're riddled with bugs, so you won't be able to complete them. Don't say it!
ラジオネーム中太郎さん。テンポもよく楽しめました。ただもうちょっと分岐の種類があっても面白かったかも。そうかい。
This one is from Shotaro. The tempo was really nice, but I think it would be great if we had more choices. Really?
じゃあ選択肢を15個くらいに。
Then how about 15 choices each time?
いいよそれは。
Would that be okay?
3秒以内に選ばないとセーブデータとレミーの貯蓄が破壊されちゃうっていう仕様は？
And how about if you can't make a choice in 3 seconds, your saves and Remy's savings are destroyed?
誰が得すんだよ。
Who'd want that?
インストールしたら OS が破壊されちゃう。
And when you install the game, your OS would crash.
そもそもなんで仕様変更しようとしてるんだよ。分岐を増やせって話だよ。
Actually, let's not invent new stuff here. How about we just give more options?
やだ。
No!
質問して損したよ。
I was a fool to ask.
その代わり語ってほしい話題はちゃんと答えるわ。人里について。別に。
Let's focus on the topic he wants us to cover. Human village. Nothing special.
ないのかよ。
Nothing at all.
私行ったことないな。
I haven't been there.
私も。
Me neither.
完全に話題の振り損しちゃったよ。
We really failed at this question.
食べるものに困った時に人里のやつの胸ぐら掴んで食べ物をねだるといろいろ分けてくれるわ。
When I'm really hungry, I'm extorting food from village people and get various stuff from them.
ああ、一回だけ忍び込んだことあるけど、牛が子供に勉強教えてたわね。人里って生態系おかしいのかしら。
Actually, I remember sneaking there once, and I saw a cow teaching a kid. The ecosystem of that village sure is weird, huh?
いいな、牛。食べたいな。
Oh, a cow. I'd like to eat it.
もう何から突っ込み入れればいいのかわからん。付近に時間の穴とか妖術使いの森とかあるけど、基本的に人里は平和な農村だ。
I forgot. Chad, I forgot that Kaine is also one of those, Kaine is also one of those big bang attacks, if you get what I mean. Seriously, I'm not sure what else to say. There's a time warp and a black magic forest, but it's just a basic, peaceful farmer village.
うわぁ、普通。
So ordinary.
なんだかね。
Yeah, somewhat.
そんな説明だと人里から苦情出るわよ。
People will be angry at us for this.
そんなことで苦情言う人里は滅びろ。
If they do that, we'll destroy the village.
はい、次。匿名希望の人。誰かしら？
Right, next one. It's anonymous again. I wonder who that is.
4名以降はコンマ教でもう誰気味な展開だったので少々誰やすかった。誰ね。
Because the SDM crew were a bit lazy after Stage 4 started, it was a bit less interesting. You felt bored, huh?
レミリアたちも後半は誰出たからしょうがないわね。
Vermilia was bored in the latter half herself, so it couldn't be helped.
自分で企画しといて途中で飽きないでほしいよな。付き合わされてる身にもなれ。
Don't feel bored in the middle of your own event, and socialize with other people.
魔法使い3人は全体的にノリが良かった。そうです。
The three witches did very good. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed.
どうだろう。単に個性の潰し合いだった気がするけどな。
Maybe, but I feel he has crushed my personality there.
むしろ私は変態に挟まれたかわいそうな子だったぜ。
Or maybe I just feel bad about being compared with perverts.
いろんな意味でかわいそうな子ね。
I'm sure you feel bad for various reasons.
何が言いたい？
What are you trying to say?
私の口から言うのは嫌だからフラに聞いて。
I don't want to say it. Ask Flandre.
じゃあ聞くのやめる。
Alright, I'll stop asking.
次にチキキャラについてくる他作品キャラはレンもスイカ、マリサ、ハチェリーにしてほしい。誰か足りない気がするわね。
I'd like the main characters for the next game to be Reimu and Suika, and Marissa and Patchouli. I feel there's someone missing.
これは昨夜が黙ってないね。
He didn't mention Sakuya.
正規の時期なのにハブられちゃうとは。これも一種の才能かしら。
I guess that being a playable character, but being left out constantly is an ability in itself.
あくまでリクエストだから言うのは自由だろう。
We've cleared this request, so can I ask?
スイカ？
Suika?
もう一度聞くけどスイカ出るの？
Once again, will Suika be featured? I want to know.
フラン次
Flandre, read the next one. God damn it.
ああ、次ラジオネーム JJ さん。
I'm getting edged over
お父
here.
様が可愛いと思いました。
Huh.
もっとコケにされてるといいなと思いました。
Next, it's from JJ. Mistress is so cute. I wish you'd tease her more.
前者はないない。
The first isn't true at all.
後者はあるある。
The second is totally true.
このコーナーにも登場してないのにコテンパンに言われてるからな。
She didn't appear on our radio, but she's got beaten by words anyway.
人徳ってやつかしら。
I guess that's called personal virtue.
リクエストにはレミリアが主人公のゲームの制作予定はあるのでしょうか？ないない。
His request is, can I request a game with Remilia as main character? No, you can't.
さっきから思うんだが、答えるつもりがないリクエストを募った意味あるのか？
I've been thinking, what's the point of accepting requests if we aren't going to grant them?
人聞きの悪いこと言わないでよ。私たちにとって都合のいいリクエストがあったら喜んで受けるわよ。
Don't make people sad. If there's a convenient request, it will be very good for
ひ
us.
でえ連中だ。
You're an awful person.
暇になったら1キャラに的を絞って何かやるんじゃない？
Wouldn't the game with the focus on just one character be kind of fun, actually?
ただの公開処刑ね。
It would feel like a public execution.
ティップあるからザッピングもやりたいとか言ってなかったっけ？誰かが。
Didn't anyone propose zapping system, since we have tips and everything? A type of system where you have several main characters simultaneously and can switch between them. The work comes from the effect you see when you switch channels on TV really fast. Oh, okay.
作るの30年くらいかかりそうね。
It will take about 30 years to make a game like that. So only 20 more, right?
30年後に期待して次。ラジオネームののたんさん。
I'm looking forward to 30 years from now. Next, this is from Nonotan.
掛け合いなどテンポがいい感じで絡み合ってこれぞ東宝って思いましたね。それは何よりだぜ。
The dialogue pacing was great. I really felt the Toho atmosphere. Well, that's the best.
でも東宝はこんな感じじゃないと思う。
But I don't think actual Toho atmosphere is like that.
そこに疑問を感じるのよ。
I kind of doubt that.
東宝ってどんな感じだったっけ？
So what is Toho atmosphere like?
片っ端から目に映る動く物体に対して物理的な被害を与えるゲーム。
The game where you
怪し
destroy...
げな妖術や特殊な力場、さらには研ぎ澄まされた刃物で対象を破壊し、それをポイント換算して高得点を競うゲーム。
The game where you destroy all moving objects you see. The game where you destroy your targets with suspicious magic, force fields, and sharp objects and compete for high score.
破壊した対象は二度と蘇らないが、自分は何度でも蘇り、相手を虐殺できる。
Your targets don't regenerate, but you can recover many times and continue the massacre.
えらいゲームだな。
It's a terrible game.
誤解を招きそうな説明だけど、間違ってもいないのが怖いわ。
This answer can cause misunderstanding, but it's so close to truth it's scary.
最も残虐行為をした者は神として崇められる。
The most cruel of all are worshipped as gods.
情け無用。
Mercy is for the weak.
最近では怪しげな術だけにとどまらず、拳や足などを使っての対マン勝負も流行っている。
And it's not just weird magic anymore. One-on-one battles with punches and kicks are getting popular now.
死んだら負け。
If you die, you lose.
PTA に怒られてしまうわね。
PTA is going to be mad at us.
怖い怖い。
Oh, it's so scary.
話題は白麗神社の経済余裕についてあるのかな。
He wants us to discuss economics of Hakade Shrine. Does it exist?
なんだかんだで普通に生活できるくらいの余裕はあるだろう。どうなんだレイム。
Somehow, it has everything that's needed to live a life. How do you do it, Reimu?
実は神社の裏には菜園があって、お腹が空いたらそこから野菜を収穫して事なきを得てるのよ。
There's actually a plantation behind the shrine. When I'm hungry, I just harvest some vegetable, so it's not that hard to live here. I thought she extorted the villagers when she was
つ
hungry.
まり野菜を買うお金がないと。
In other words, you can't afford to buy vegetables.
どうしてわかった？
How did you know?
まあレイムは今日も一生懸命生きてるから安心してくれ。
Well, Reimu will continue working hard on her survival, so don't worry.
はい、ラジオネーム読めねえ。
Okay, next one is from... I can't read it.
店。はあ、なるほど。
Let me see. Ah, I see.
なんて読むの？
How do you read it? I
みぞおちパンチ。
don't know. Stomach punch.
でも
Blah.
ベン
Whip strike. Why? That was mean.
ダググれ。
Go Google it.
ああ、ライユンソウさん。なんだかお腹がすく名前ね。
Ah, it's Ryonso-san. Ryonso. Ryonso. Yes, this name makes me hungry.
レイムが腹減ってるだけだろう。
Maybe you're just hungry to begin with?
朝から何も食べてないから仕方ないじゃない。
I can't help it. I haven't eaten anything since morning.
この人はなかなか深い話題を提供してくるわね。東方信者の増殖について真面目に話した方がいいのかしら。
This person has a serious topic for discussion. Increased number of Toho followers. Maybe we should address it properly.
ふざけていいんじゃない？
Want a joke answer? Work fine?
増えたところで私の神社に再銭入れに来ないんだけど、なぜか千葉の方に行く人が多いわね。
While the number is definitely increasing, donations to my shrine aren't. Why do people travel in the direction of Chiba instead? Big site isn't in Chiba, it's in Tokyo. My dream always was to be able to reach Chiba after riding just one station. But when you're still in Tokyo after 2 stations, you're like, what the fuck? When I was a kid, I thought Shinkiba was Shiba, and I still can't accept that it isn't. I'm not Japanese, so I don't know what this means.
レイムのところにお金を落としても何の意味もないからね。
That's because there's no meaning in giving you money, Reimu.
そんなことないわよ。水くらい出すわよ。川の水を。
Gah. That's not it. I can give you some water. River water.
細菌が入ってそうで嫌ね。
It's got bacteria in it. Who would want that?
まあ増えること自体はいいことだと思うけど、そこに派閥とか壁を作るのは良くないな。あと興味ない人に無理やり進めるのもいいことではないな。
More Toho fans is good, but it leads to creating factions, which isn't good. Also, people who aren't interested in Toho are getting forced into it, which is bad too. Whoops.
TKO をわきまえろってこと？
You have to know when to declare TKO, right?
なんでタオルを投げ入れたんだよ。
Why are you throwing us the towel?
信者って言っても小さい友達から大きな友達までいっぱいいるわね。
The Toho fans also include a lot of people who are too young or too old for this, right?
周りが仲間ばっかりでもあんまりはしゃぐな。大声で歌うな。叫ぶな。取り乱すな。
Even if you're among fellow fans, please don't yell, sing, or act childish. Am I too old for this? No, I think I'm right there. I am right there in the sweet spot.
年少者は自重する。年長者
Tomorrow
は
I'll be too old for it.
他の人の模範となる行動を取るように。
Young fans are just having fun. If you're older, you shouldn't try to imitate them.
小さい友達はどさくさ紛れに18金を買わないように。
And make sure minors don't take advantage of the moment and buy 18 plus
イ
dojins.
ベントカタログの最初の方に載ってる漫画みたいになってきてるな。
Looks like they put that manga right in the beginning of catalogs now.
まとめると調子に乗るなってことね。
To sum it up, don't get carried away.
ってことで長かったラジオコーナーも終わったわね。
And with that, our long radio broadcast is over. Finally!
結構いろんな意見があって面白かったわね。
I've seen a lot of different opinions, and it was really interesting.
いやいや、まだ終わりじゃないから。何勝手に終わらせようとしてるんだ。
No, no, we're not done yet. Don't just end it whenever you feel like it.
話題が締めにふさわしいかと思って。
I felt it was a reasonable conclusion for that topic.
綺麗に終わらせようと思ったらそうはいかないぜ。
I'm sure you'd like to end it beautifully, but don't do it.
眠いよマリサ。
Marissa, I'm sleepy.
寝るなフラン。あとちょっとだから。
Don't sleep. There's not much left. I'll fucking believe that when I see it.
次に読むのは誰だっけ？
Who was supposed to read the next one?
もう全部マリサが読みなさいよ。
Just let Marissa read the rest of the replies.
だれるな。悪い癖だぞ。
Stop slacking. It's a bad habit. Nope.
せーな。
Just shut up.
もうキュルぞ。
Mukuru.
何言ってるかわかんないけど、お前らいい加減にしとけ。
I don't know what you said, but you've got to get a hold of yourself.
怖い怖い。ラジオネーム超大尊かぐやし。ラジオネーム的には優勝。
I'm scared. I'm scared. Next one is from Super Daison Kaguya. This name is an epic win. There's still fucking
勝ち
more.
負けとかねえから。確かにちょっと面白いけど。
It's not winning or losing anything, but it's indeed funny.
次回作のリクエスト。ぜひともアリス無双をアリス様踏んでください。病気かしら？
His request for the next game is Alice is clearly unparalleled. Make way for her. Is he dumb?
まさかとは思いますが、このアリスとはあなたの想像上の存在に過ぎないのではないでしょうか。
It may be surprising, but that Alice may not be the same as the one in your imagination.
お前こそ誰なんだよ。
You're not being yourself now for sure.
じゃあ私に踏んでほしい人が出るように頑張るよ。
Alright, I'll try my best as the people ask to make way for me.
頑張り方おかしいよ。
That's a weird way to do your best.
まあアリスは踏むより踏んでほしい人なんじゃないかしら。
Aren't there people who want to punch Alice instead of having more of her?
お互いを踏みつつ踏まれればいいんじゃない？
How about they both try to push each other out of the way?
何それ。すごい難しいな。新手の脳トレか？
That's so puzzling. Sounds like a brain test for newcomers.
お互いの頭を足で挟んで円運動で大地を転がればいいんだよ。
And how about we both lock each other's heads between our feet and roll around like that? What?
状況がさっぱりわからん。もうその話いいよ。
I'm not sure how that's supposed to work, and enough of this.
じゃあ話題。ほんま間のモップの吸引力について。この人はアリスが好きなのか掃除機が好きなのかどっちなのかしら。
Alright, he wants us to discuss the sucking power of the SDM vacuum. Oh no. This person likes Alice and vacuum cleaners at the same time. I do not like this.
アリスを家政婦にしたいんじゃないか？
Does he want Alice to be his maid? I think he wants Alice to be his vacuum cleaner.
いい度胸してるわねこの人。ほんまいいわ。ほんま間のモブか。
This guy has some nerve. Anyway, SDM's vacuum.
どう語ればいいのか悩んじゃう話題はスルーしなさいよ。
If you can't answer this question, just skip it.
そうだな。
Yes.
次ラジオネームヒヒヒさん。
Next, this is from Hehehe.
ヒヒヒ。ヒヒヒ。
誰もそんなリクエストしてないぜ。
No one asked you to do that.
ノリ悪いな。
You're breaking the mood.
私もなんだかんだで疲れてんだ。
I'm pretty tired myself, too.
しょうがないな。リリー X ってお肉さん？お肉？
That wasn't unexpected. He writes, Did Oniku voice Lily X? Oniku?
さっき話題に出てきたしましまさんの中の人だな。あの人はそんなに暇じゃないと思うぜ。
We've covered this topic before. It was a guy from Shimashima. I don't think Oniku would be that bored.
一回会って打ち合わせした帰りにパチンコ行ってたけどね。
We only met him once. We went to play some pinball on our way back.
言うんじゃねえ。
Don't tell us.
パチスロだけどね、ミトちゃんに会いに行くって。
I think you mean slots. We went there to meet Minto.
だから誰なんだよ。
Seriously, who are you?
昨夜さんルートがあるのでしたら、コーマ関税を出してください。昨夜出るの？
If you're making Sakuya's route, please have SDM crew appear. Will Sakuya appear?
別にあれだったらスイカと交換してもいいんだけど。一応は私とコンビになってるわ。さっきもちょっと触れたけどね。
I may swap her for Suika if I want, but Sakuya is pretty convenient for me. She's gotten kind of frail lately though.
徒歩はきついからあいつにだけセグウェイとかあげれば？
It's going to be a long walk. Are you sure you won't run out of...
Segways.
Segways? What? What the fuck? How is that the word segue? Oh, get the hell out of here.
絵面は最高に面白そうだけど却下。
Definitely not. I can make thousands of jokes about her face.
そういえば、なんで飛ばないの？
By the way, why don't we fly?
それでもいいけど背景全部空だし面白いこと一回も起きないよ。それでもいいの？
That would work, but the background would have to be the sky all the time, and nothing happens there. Will this explanation do?
それじゃあ数字取れないよ。
Okay, I'll pretend I can't understand.
バレないように浮くのはありよ。
Thanks for helping me to not spoil anything.
ラジオネーム。おい、これなんて読むんだ？
This one is from... Hey, how do you read this?
私に漢字を聞かれても困るよ。
I can't help you with kanji, even if you ask me.
おい、そこの中年ども。どう読むんだ？
Hey, seniors, how do you read this?
勝負かしら？中年じゃねえよ。
Maybe shobu? And I'm not a senior.
ござよ。中年じゃねえよ。
It's goza. And I'm not a senior.
そうでござるか。ラジオネーム、心の花ござ屋敷さん。
Oh, so that's how it goes. This is from Hana no Hanagoza Ayashiki.
東方とか中略。よくわからなかったんです。中略。東方が大好きになってしまいました。
I didn't know much about Toho. Skipped. But because of your game, I started to like it.
照れるぜ。
I'm flattered.
図らずも信者ってやつを増やしてしまったわけね。
Looks like we're having more and more fans.
社名丸あやさん。いいです。素敵です。清らかです。正しいです。美しいです。重症だな。
Shaimaimaru, good, nice, pure, honest, really beautiful. This guy is seriously ill.
照れるぜ。
I'm flattered.
あやのどこをどう見てこういう感想が生まれたのかじっくり聞きたいわね。
I really want to know what about Aya makes him say that.
別に人を好きになることはおかしなことではないわ。
I don't think you need a particular reason to like someone.
あ、そう。
Ah, that's right.
結局、幻想郷ってどんなところなんでしょうか？これは難しい質問だな。
So in the end, what kind of place Gensokyo is? Now that's a hard question.
夢の国よ。
It's the Wonderland.
夢の島らしいぜ。
It's the wonder...
1950年代の。
It's the Wonder Island stuck in 1950s.
ハエが飛んでるね。
And there are a lot of flying fools.
違う。
Hey, that's not it.
次行こうぜ。
Let's move to the next one.
全体的に雑になってるわね。ラジオネームゆうゆうさん。マリサは俺の嫁。やるよ。
This is getting really abrupt. Next reply is from Yu. Marissa is my waifu. What?
勝手に嫁がされたぜ。ブーケトスはマスタースパークだな。
I guess I'm now married. I'll throw a master spark instead of a bouquet.
迷惑な好きね。
This will be a bad ritual.
キャッチしに来たやつは一網打尽だぜ。
I'll blast you all when you try to catch it.
字の文がないって大丈夫かよと思ったけど逆にテンポが良くなっていい感じにカオスでした。それはどうも。
At first, I was like, wait, no narration? But then the rhythm got better. I like the chaos. Why, thank you.
そういえば字の文について初めて出てきたな。結局どうなんだろう。
Actually, we've never talked about narration before. What do you think?
字の文って何？
What's a narration?
己の心の声とか第三者や神様目線の文章？
Something told by your inner voice, by a bystander, or from God's standpoint?
全然ピンとこないよ。
I don't think I get it.
例えばだな、レイムとパチュリーの会話に対してその場にはいないけど誰かの目線から見た感想混じりの文章のことだ。
Let's say Reimu and Patchouli are talking, and then there's someone unknown sharing his impressions about their dialogue.
わからなすぎて火を吹きそうだよ。
I'm so clueless. I think I'm gonna explode.
じゃあ私が字の文役やるからレイムとパチュリーはなんか会話しろ。
Let me show you. Reimu, Patchouli, start talking.
元気？
How do you do? I'm fine.
そう。
I see.
初対面かよ。やりがいないよ。もっと会話を弾ませろよ。
Did you meet for the first time? This is senseless. Make it more lively.
パチュリー、再銭ちょうだいよ。
Patchouli, donations, please.
そう言うとレイムはさりげなくパチュリーへ近寄った。遅くもなくかといって早くもなくよどみなく近寄った。
And thus, Reimu has approached Patchouli. She has approached her without any hesitation.
一歩一歩歩を進める。前に向かって前進、北へ向かって北上、パチュリーに向かって無給した。
She moves step by step. She moves forward. Aiming for the north, she moves to Patchouli steadily.
懐に忍ばせたスイカよりでかい陰陽玉の存在を知られないように細心の注意を払って近寄り、
Concealing
よ
a,
うやく目の前までやってきた。
concealing a yin-yang ball made out of watermelon, she carefully approached her. And finally, she's in front of her. Cute.
パチュリーは死んでいた。
Patchouli had died.
ご存命だよ。
I'm alive!
忍ばせてねえよ。
And I'm not concealing anything.
字の文いらないね。
That
こん
narr-
なので尺伸ばしするよりグダグダだけど会話で尺稼ぎした方がいいだろ。テンポよく見えるだろ。
that narration was unnecessary. That way you can make short conversations like this a lot longer. You've seen how it works, right?
納得。
I understand.
ラジオネーム佐伯さん。話のテンポの遅さが少し残念でした。
The next person named Saiki,
そう言って言われてるけど。
however, says that it's a pity your conversations were a bit slow.
狙ったよう
Button
に
work.
カウンターを放ってくるやつらだな。
Suika wins. Suika killed Patchy. I think he was just waiting to make that counter argument.
昨夜さんの時期に期待。しかし性格がコウマの状態となると。昨夜ってなんかおかしいところあったっけ？
I'm looking forward to Sakuya being the main character, but I don't like her EoSD personality. Sakuya had a weird side to her, right?
性格よりヘロヘロ状態の体に難ありね。
That's not her personality. She was just dead tired.
もっと運動させないとダメだぜ。骨密度はパワーだぜ。
She has to exercise more. Strong bones are power. She could just stop time. She wasn't drunk. She wasn't drunk. Patchy's the one who's drunk. Sakuya just didn't really do much, really. I don't know. Sakuya was weird. Can't really pin down her character.
体を酷使させた結果があれなのよ。
It's because she works too much.
もっといたわってやれ。有給休暇はパワーだぞ。
You have to be careful with her. Paid vacations are power. She probably ate the walls. No, that was just Mei Ling. I think Mei Ling and Sakuya ate the walls, didn't they?
わーわーって言いたいだけでぞ。
You just like to say power, don't you?
昨夜は座ったり立ったりするとき異様にゆっくりなんだけど。
When she's sitting down or standing up, she's doing it really slowly.
めっちゃ勝者じゃない。さすが昨夜。ゆっくり昨夜ね。
That's because she's elegant. She's Sakuya. She can do it slowly.
前のイベントでも声出しだけ頑張ってた印象しかないんだけど。
The house turned to like candy and shit, right? But like in the third scene, Mei Ling was like eating the walls or something like that, and I think Sakuya joined her. During the previous event, it felt like she was only pretending to work hard.
さっきの字の文みたいな感じで副音声でもやらせれば？
She sounded like that narration from before, or like background sound effects.
いいな
That's good.
いいか？
It is?
ぁ。どんなキャラなのよ。
What was she doing?
私たちのやりとりを聞いて素でコメントする。
She was just listening to us and making basic comments.
それ私たちも嫌なんだけど、私たちのやりとりを素で見ないでほしいわ。素で。
And we don't like that. We don't like someone who's just basically looking at us.
その他にパチュリーがムキムキ言うと、その回数をナイフで机にガリガリと傷つけてチェックするんだ。
I think she also kept Patchouli in check by carving a mark on her desk every time she got unruly.
怖いよ。何のためのチェックなのかまるでわからないし。あとムキムキなんて生まれて一度もいたことなかったわよ。
That's scary. I have no idea why she would keep me in check. I may have gotten unruly, but I've never said a word in that state.
私は地下にいた時はそれやってたよ。
That was me. I did it in the dungeon.
何を数えてたのよ。怖いわよ。
How many of you carved? That's scary.
上の階でドゴーって音が鳴ったら、サツって字を一画ずつ書いてた。
When I heard booms above me and heard kill, I wrote another one.
10画だからキリがいいな。
I think 10 marks would be enough.
そういう問題じゃないわよ。その書いてた字も怖いし、その音も何なのかわからないから怖いし。
That's not the problem. Those marks are scary, and that sound is also scary, because you don't know where it's coming from. Well, now you
何
do.
それ。怖い。
That's so scary.
もうマカ超怖い。
SDM is a scary place.
なくなってよかったな。
It's good that we got rid of it.
次、ランプさん。特典のディスクが気になります。そんなのあったの？
Next, this is from Tanpu. I want to ask about the special disc. We made a special disc?
あれか。中に何が入ってたんだっけ？
That's... Did we put anything inside?
幻想郷の生き物の鳴き声かな。
Maybe the voices of Gensokyo's animals?
システムボイスよ。
Synthesized voices.
惜しい。
That's disappointing.
特別。
How so?
あれは最初100パターンの様々なピチューン音にしようって話だったけど、意味不明すぎて却下した。
At first, we wanted to have 100 kinds of pichun sounds on it, but that was too weird, so we didn't do it.
その名残は入ってるけどね。
But the results of that idea are still there.
あれ収録するとき、全員が首かしげてたわね。
I guess you were all fired when you recorded it. We were close to it. Damn. Damn.
まあ、あのおまけが手に入っても君の人生のステップアップにはつながらないから安心したまえ。
Well, don't worry. The fact that you liked that omake had no effect on your life whatsoever.
発売したら早めにゆっくり買ってねとしか言えないわね。
All I can say is, you don't have to rush to buy our stuff when we release it.
次回は特典ディスクあるのか？っていうか100種類のピチューン音声を作ってくれって要望が来まくったら嫌だな。
Will we do a special disc next time? Oh, and if you start asking us for 100 kinds of pichun effects, we're not going to do it.
フラグ立ったね。
Now they're definitely going to ask.
嫌だな。本気で。
Oh, really? We won't.
100種類のマスタースパークとか要望するなよ。絶対するなよ。
And don't ask us for 100 Master Spark sounds. Don't even think about asking it.
それこそ意味不明だぜ。100種類全部私だし。
That's random. Who'd want 100 sounds related to me? I can think of one person.
家なしスパーク。
Homeless Spark.
そんなマスパはねえぜ。
There's no such spark.
100種類の無双封印は絶対やらないから。
Because we're definitely not doing 100 fantasy seals.
お前、ずるい女だな。
You're not really fair.
追加希望パーソナリティでパチュリーがいなかったのですが、これはもう出演するってことですか？これはどうなの？
I noticed I can't vote for Patchouli's appearance in Extra. Does it mean she's going to be featured anyway? What do you think?
どうなの？じゃなくて隣にいるですよ。
What do I think? I'm standing right next to you.
出演させたいけど、パチュリーはあの事故で。
I'd like to allow her to participate, but since that accident...
どういうこと？
Huh? What are you talking about?
天国のパチュリーにも届くように私たちで頑張ろうぜ。
We'll do our best to reach Patchouli in heaven.
おー。
Yes!
私死んでる？死んでるの？第六感？
Did I die? Am I dead? Is this the Sixth Sense? Starring Bruce Willis!
からかいがいのないやつだな。
We're just teasing you. Can't you understand?
どう死んだことにする冗談はしちゃいけないと思います。
I don't think you should make jokes about people dying.
真面目かよ。
For real? Yeah.
学級会かよ。
We had a classroom meeting? Weren't you just telling Flaw not to do
パチは
this?
自己保身に必死だね。
Patchy is defending herself so desperately.
そういうやつなんだよ。
She's just that kind of person.
いじめはいけないと思います。
I don't think you should tease me.
うわ新キャラが出てきたよ。
Wow, looks like we got a new character.
収集つかなくなりそうだから次に行っちゃうぜ。
This is getting a bit out of hand. Let's see the next reply.
ラジオネームおみじさん。似たような名前の犬がいた気がするけど、誰だったっけ？
Ding, ding, ding. Give it up for hour 2, chat. We're on 2 hours of the recording. Ding, 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 ding. That totals 6 hours. Yep. 2 hours, by the way. This whole thing was only going to take 2 hours. This one is from Momiji. I think there was some dog with a name like that or something.
気のせい気のせい。
It's just your imagination.
気のせいか。ネタが少々マニアックだった。だがそれがいい。
Maybe it is. The jokes were a bit insane, but that's good. Heh.
わかりやすいネタとわかりにくいネタの差が激しかったわね。
Those 2 hours has lasted 4 hours extra. I think this is because we've switched from easy to subtle jokes really often.
上はクトゥルフ、下は MSX。すごいっすね。
From Cthulhu to MSX jokes, amazing gap. I want to hear her say Cthulhu.
上はクトゥルフ、下は MSX。
クトゥル。
すごいっすね。
Cthulhu.
上はクトゥルフ、下は
Cthulhu.
MSX。すごいっすね。
Cthulhu.
上下の差がピンとこねえよ、そのチョイス。
Actually, that choice of opposites makes no sense.
旬なネタをいっぱい入れた方がやってる人も受け入れやすいと思うんだけど、
I think we
なんか稀にね。
I think we used some more seasonal jokes. We could attract a lot of other people. We used pretty rare ones.
まれにネタのチョイスがおかしくなって異次元へ突入しちゃうからな。
The point of our jokes was for them to feel weird and out of this world.
そのカオスっぷりを評価してくれてる人も多いから、このノリでいいんじゃないかしら。
But there are a lot of people who really like that kind of humor. So isn't that fine?
わかりやすいネタで釣っておいて、異次元に引き込む作戦だね。
And how about this? Lure people with easy jokes, then go absurd.
そうね。
Then we do that? That's fine.
そうなのか？
Is it?
そうなのよ。
It is.
次、ラジオネーム。嫁。この白麗の巫女にも。
Next, this one is from... I can't read it. Even a Hakurai Shrine Maiden can't read it.
もう本とか読まないからよ。見せなさい。ラリーラリー
That's because you don't read any books. Let me see. Lie? Lee? Rye? Lali?
パチェがラリっちゃった。
Patchy's on drugs. What the... What? Where did that come from?
日本語で OK。
Speak Japanese, will you?
ライゼリアかな。
It's Lizeria. Why do you know that?
あのファミレス。
Ah, like the restaurant.
貸しドレス屋だろ。
It's a clothes store.
どっちも違う。ライゼリアさん、プリズムリバーとリリーをぜひ出してください。
You're both wrong. So Lizeria asks us to definitely include Prism Rivers and
基
Lily.
本的に元作品に登場したキャラは出すから、安心して神社にお賽銭入れて枕を高くして寝なさい。
Since we basically featured all character in the previous work, don't worry. Donate to my shrine and go to sleep.
ただし、
Trying.
あの姉妹は人気のないやつが一人だけ出られないことになる。
But those sisters aren't really popular, and we have to feature all of them.
不安になること言うんじゃないわよ。
Don't scare people away with your words.
逆にあの3人は誰か1人でもかけると残りの2人も個性が死にそうな気がするわ。
I think it'll be just one of them who will have a personality, and the other two will hardly talk.
だから3人とも出るから安心しなさい。
As I said, we'll have all those, so don't worry.
だからって言っちゃったよこいつ。
Exactly. That's why we're concerned.
四女は
What about the fourth one?
さすがに無理だぜ。
Not gonna happen.
語ってほしい話題はむちゃくちゃ言うわね、この人は。
He wants us to discuss. Okay, this guy is insane.
大妖精と小悪魔とチルの3人で徹子の部屋風に。このメンツで収集つくの？
I want Dayusei, Guakama, and Chirino to be featured Tetsuko's room style. How can we perform it with those ones? What?
ルルルルルルルル
Boo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
MC 誰なんだよ。
Who's gonna be the host?
そういう次元の話じゃないと思うけど。
I don't think we'll be doing that kind of story.
そこは小悪魔に決まってるじゃない。
He's just wanting to promote Kwakama, right?
なんでお前はそんなに誇らしげ？
And why are you so happy about that?
私も加わりたいな。
I want to participate too.
このメンツにフランが加わったらさらに意味不明になるぞ。
If we add Flandre to the mix, the thing will stop making sense.
いや、そのメンツならまだいいわ。ルーミア、チルノ、リグル、ミスティアとかだったらどうなることやら。
No, that would still be fine. Now, if we would have gathered Rumia, Chirino, Wriggle, and Mistia, that would be awful.
完璧に放送事故だな。
There will definitely be an incident.
もっとまともな奴らじゃないとダメよ。
We have to think of someone better.
名字に8がつく人の対談とか。
How about a discussion between people who have Ya in their family names?
それはそれで嫌すぎるわ。どんな形でも絶対参加したくない。
This is even more awful. I'm absolutely not going to participate in that.
じゃあそのメンツにさらに幽霊を追加。
Then we'll add spirits instead.
きついな。
Will be bad.
っていうか今やってるこの4人でも結構不安定なのにね。
Actually, we're still not sure if those four will make it into the game, right?
それは聞きたくなかったぜ。
Kochiya. It's more so referring to Yukari and Eden and Kanako. Because apparently the character of Ya means like older woman or like grandma or hag or something like that. So it's usually referred to by those three because Kanako Yasaka, Eden Yakokoro, and Yukari Yakumo. So I guess technically Ran Yakumo counts as well, but we don't worry about Ran, I guess, in that sense. She's not usually the one included in that. It's usually just Yukari. I don't want to hear that.
そういう対談系はやったとしても本編かな。
The scene doesn't really belong in the main game.
やらないのが一番だけどな。
The most important part is that we're not doing it.
言っちゃったよ。
Now you've spoiled it.
ラジオネーム年中無休さん。無休。
This one is from middle-aged and unpaid. Bukyu.
やかましい。
Just shut up.
本気で切れないでよ。
Don't get that angry, please.
私にも決め台詞が欲しいわ。
I want a catchphrase too.
脇が飲める。
My armpits are wet.
パクリだよ。怒られるよ。
You ripped me off. I'm angry now.
今さら何よ。
I can't imagine that being a good catchphrase. My armpits are wet. What a line. What a one-liner. What are they doing now?
開き直るのが人間の良さだよ。
Defiance is the good part about humans.
ダメな部分だよ。
It's the annoying part.
なんか後半になってあからさまに尺稼ぎの部分が露骨になってきたわね。先に進んでいい？
Ever since we started this show, your attempts to stall for time have been more and more obvious. Mind if I continue?
はい、ごめん。
Okay, I'm sorry.
キャラ崩壊最高。崩壊してるつもりはないんだけど。
Character misinterpretation for the win. We didn't actually want to misinterpret characters.
顔面のこと？
Is he talking about our faces?
だったらすごい失礼なこと言われてるわね。
If that's it, then it's an incredibly rude person.
私たちの滑稽で壊れた姿を見て飯馬状態ってことでしょ。
He's laughing at us because we were sheepified for comedy purposes.
飯馬か。
So he's gloating?
うまうまだね。
How nice of him.
いたって普通の私たちもちょっとした弾みで闇の部分がにじみ出てしまってその狂気の部分が評価されたってことね。
And with that, we've taken another small step towards insanity and accepted the darkness in front of us.
急に何言ってんのお前。
What are you talking about now?
家にいる時と電話に出た時じゃ声のトーンが違うってこと？
Is it like how your voice sounds different when you're on the phone?
その例えも意味わかんないし。
I don't get the meaning of this example.
変な例えを無理やり考えなくてもいいぞ、フラン。
No one is forcing you to create weird examples, Flandre.
それを聞いて安心したよ。
That's a relief, thanks.
次回作へのリクエスト。チレーレンにも出てほしいな。いきなりすっ飛ばすわね。
His request for the next game is, I want SA. What a jump!
チレーデンそのものが意思を持って気さくに話しかけてきてほしいってことか？
Does he want us to include more jokes about SA content?
シュールすぎて受け入れてもらえるかしら。
Won't we get too surreal because of that?
じゃあ神社が巨大ロボになって撃退すれば盛り上がるな。
Then how about a story about the shrine turning into a giant robot?
語ってほしい話題には激闘ホーマガン対チレーレンと書いてあるわね。
by the way, he wants us to discuss an epic battle. SDM versus SA.
どんだけ巨大ロボいるんだよ。
With huge battle robots.
最後には合体するのね。
Which combine in the end.
お前ら次長。
Don't go that far.
やっぱ巨大ロボって女の子って感じだよな。
Actually, battle robots feel too girlish. His sentenso!
まあ残念ながら次回には地霊連キャラは無理ね。
What are you saying? Well, unfortunately, we can't include SA characters in the next
地
game.
霊伝を出すときに一緒に作るショートコントのネタなら考えてあるけどな。
I think I got an idea for a short that we could release for SA.
どんな？
Like?
週刊オリンリンランド不思議な商品シリーズ。
Odin Land Weekly, the fantastic series. This was an idea we got after looking at Storyland Weekly videos. Actually, we might indeed end up making these videos when we get around to up to SA. Okay.
しょうもな。
That's stupid.
さっき思いついたからな。
That's just an idea I had recently.
変更される可能性大だね。
If we change it a bit, it's possible.
照れるぜ。
Thank you.
で、コーマ館対地霊伝の話は？
So, what about SDM versus SA?
家がなくなってハングリー精神旺盛なコーマカンチームの勝ち。
Hungry and homeless, the SDM team will surely win.
うわ
Yay!
地霊伝を奪ったコーマカンの連中はいずれ幻想郷を蝕んでいくであろう。
Having done that, the SDM residents eventually burrowed deep underground, or under Gensokyo.
シロアリね。
Are they termites?
巣の穴に熱湯入れる遊びできるね。
They got hot water in that hole. It's fun to play with.
するな。
Don't do that.
はーい。ラジオネーム土下座祭りさん。パチュリーが大好きです。
Right,
もっとム
next.
キュムキュ言ってほしいです。
This is from Dogza
人気だ
Fest.
ね。
I really like Patchouli. I hope she'd queued more. Patchy's popular.
私のモテ期が始まったのかしら。
It's time for me to be the idol.
その下に、そして早く息絶えればいいのに。
Doesn't it
で
have
すって。
I wish she'd die already below it?
書いてないよね。書いてないじゃない。
It's not written there. It's not.
そんなことより、もっとムキムキ言ってあげなさい。
Yeah, whatever. You should say Mukyu a few times.
ムキュー。
Mukyu.
ムキュー。
Mukyu. Mukyu. Mukyu.
ムキュー。
Mukyu.
ムキー。
Muki. Moo.
動物園？
Mine a zoo?
ムクについてはあれで使い方合ってるのかっていう意見と
Magical
今みたいに
spell
もっと
is
言ってほしいって意見があるムキュ。
eat poo. There are other ways to say Mukyu, but I think some people want us to use it like that, Mukyu.
そうなのかムキュー。
Sonanoka Mukyu. Damn, that's powerful. That's a powerful combination.
私は静かにムキュりたい。
I just want to Mukyu calmly.
静かに言いなさい。
Then say it calmly. Okay.
ラジオネーム D さん。次回作への期待。コーマ教のキャラとのじゃれ合いもあるのでしょうか。ありません。
Next one is from D. His expectation for the next game is, will you mess with EoSD characters? No.
あるんじゃないの。
Huh? Won't we be featured?
なれ合いならあるよ。
If you make some sort of conspiracy, you will.
よし。
Fine.
よし。
Fine.
それでいいんだ。
I wonder if that's fine.
語ってほしい話題はこれは
He wants us to tell him... I don't know.
何？どんな内容なの？
What? What is there?
忙しい人のためのシリーズは一体何のために生まれたのでしょうか。
Why exactly did you create the For Busy Person series?
知らないよ。
I don't know.
人間誰しも生まれた意味を知ってるやつなんていないぜ。
That's like asking why humans are born. No one knows that.
生まれた意味より生きる意味を考えなさい。
The important thing isn't why you were born, but why are you living?
何言ってんだよ。誰に言ってんだよ。
What are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
どんな風に生まれたというより、どんな風に生涯を終えられたかが重要だね。
The way you were born isn't important. The way you die is.
その通りだけど、話題の内容の答えになってないよ。
That's true, but it doesn't answer his question.
レイムも真面目に生きろよ。
Reimu, you gotta live honestly.
分かったよ。次行くよ。
I get it already. Let's see the next reply.
ラジオネームリンさん。ヤッホー。
This one is from Rin. Yahoo!
テンションの切り替えすごいな。
She's amazing at switching her moods. I am dying, Squirtle.
コーマ館のメイドの待遇について。これは関係者に語らせた方がいいわね。
He wants us to talk about the treatment of the maids in SDM. You should ask them about
ま
it.
ず メイドになるにはどうすりゃいいんだ？
First of all, how does one become a maid?
マリサ、まさかうちのメイドになるつもり？
Marissa, don't tell me you've decided to become an SDM maid.
つもりもないし、おまんちはもうないし。
I haven't, and there is no SDM anymore.
いつか再建してやる。図書館だけでも。
I'm going to rebuild it someday. At least the library.
メイドか。
Do
お給
maids-
料いいのかしら？
Do maids have a good salary?
白麗の巫女がメイドに興味を持ったようだぜ。
Looks like Hakude Shrine Maiden is interested, though.
まずメイドのバイト募集のチラシを見て電話する。
You've got to find a recruitment flyer and call us.
緊張するね。
They're so nervous at that
面
moment.
接の日時を聞いたら履歴書を書きましょう。
You hear about the interview time and write your resume.
学歴も職歴も495年空白だ。
Wow, I've got a 495-year history of being unemployed.
レミーが面接官よ。レミーを圧迫する態度で面接に挑みましょう。
Remy will interview you. She'll try to put a lot of pressure on you.
面接の様子の動画は某所にあるね。
You can see something like that in the movies.
見事採用されればメイド服と雑な部屋が支給されるわ。住み込みでガンガン働きなさい。
If you're hired, you get a maid outfit and a room. You start living in STM and work.
先生、質問。
Teacher, I have a question.
何？先生じゃないけど何？
What? I'm not a teacher, but still, what?
採用されるにあたって持っていたら有利になる資格とかってあるのか？
What skills do I need to increase my chances of being hired?
コウマカブは誰でもウェルカム。資格ゼロでも中卒でも気にしないわ。自由に雇われなさい。
Everyone is welcome at STM, even if you don't have any skills, or still at school. You can still get hired.
時給687
Hourly wage is 687 yen. Is that good?
労働基準法のかけらも感じられないな。
I don't think you follow the Labor Standards Act. Okay, well, I guess that means it's not good. That's a lot! Never mind.
そうそう、高い。
Indeed, a lot.
安いよ。ものすっごく安いよ。
No, I mean, that's nothing. The wage is extremely low. Now think about this, chat. You also get free food and lodging as well. So, think about that.
前に人里でマジックショーしたらギャラが450円だったわ。無双封印一発450円だよ。
I participated in a magic show in Human Village and got 450 yen for that. 450 yen for one fantasy seal.
その前に人里で無双すんな。
Don't use fantasy seal in Human Village.
その時給は入りたての新人の状態の話よ。
We're talking about the wage of someone who's just been hired.
何？もっと上がるの？
What? You pay even more later?
役職は最初は新人、次は三等兵、そしてモンキー、その上はレギュラーになり、最後はメイド長になれるのよ。
You start as a newcomer, then you become a third grade soldier, then a monkey, then a regular, then a high rank is a head maid. Hold on, I want to hear...
役職は最初は新人、次は三等兵、そしてモンキー、その上はレギュラーになり、最後はメイド長になれるのよ。
Just monkey. You just become a monkey. Okay.
なんで途中で赤髪が来たり人として退化したのかわからんけど、メイド長になるのは結構大変なんだな。
I don't get why you have a military rank and an animal there, but head maid's job must be tough.
メイド長、時給850円。
She gets 850 yen per hour.
すげえ。
Amazing.
すげえ。
Amazing.
最高の役職で時給3桁って死にたくなるな。
Do you really want to die at a job that pays a 3-digit wage?
時給850円って毎時間なめこそば食べられるじゃない。
With an 850 yen wage, I can eat mushroom soba every hour.
駄菓子屋だと大富豪だよ。
I could buy out the whole candy store.
私はこいつらほど850円に輝かしい未来を見出すことができないんだもん。
I can't be happy over a
怒っ
future
てるのかな。
where I get 850 yen per hour. Does it make me a bad person?
イベントで本が一冊買えるか買えないくらいじゃない。
It's all about whether you can afford books at
こいつ
events.
ほど汚れてはなさそうだ。
At least I'm not as bad as her.
ラジオネーム豆妖精さん。新種かしら？
Next one is from Bean Fairy. A new species?
レミリアはフッタンなのにツッコミ役ってのはもうひたすら不幸な道まっしぐらじゃ。まっしぐらね。
For Vermilia's first comedic event, it surely was a train wreck all the way. A train wreck indeed.
今後もこのイベントやると発端者は確実に不幸が訪れそうな気がするんだもん。
I feel like after this, the ones who design the events will make sure that no unlucky people among them.
このイベントって すごく綿密に練られた幻想郷の出しゃばり妖怪撲滅作戦なんじゃないかしら。
This event was so detailed. I think it was actually a plan to destroy us, since we're yokai from the outside. Huh?
お、
What?
なんと
What?
その発想はなかったわ。
That thought didn't cross my mind.
これはみんなに言えない事実だな。
We mustn't tell that to anyone.
私誰にも言わないよ。
I won't tell anybody.
そうね。黙ってた方が幻想郷のためになるわね。
Indeed, it will be better for Gensokyo if we keep quiet.
急に無言にならないでほしいわね。
Please don't stop speaking so suddenly. Damn.
しゃべれ。
Talk.
ラジオネームマシューさん。パチェの壊れっぷりが最高です。無給の使い方、あれでいいんですか？
Next reply is from Mashu. I like when Patchy breaks. Does she really go Mukyu when that happens?
最高だって。
He likes it?
ムキュキュ
Mukyu-kyu!
お前がだんだんと髪の毛3本のお化けに見えてきたよ。
With that hair of yours, you start to look like a monster.
全然似てないじ
I don't look like it.
形めっちゃ似てるのにな。
Your body looks like one.
っていうか壊れてたのね。前から尋常ならざる気を感じるとは思ってたけど。
Looks like she is broken. I knew I felt inadequacy for some time now.
ゃない。私は正常よ。
I'm not broken.
じゃあ壊しておくか。それがこのアンケート主の願いだし。
Then do break down. That's what the author of this reply wants.
見ててね。私の手のひらにパチェの魂をイメージして。
Watch this. I'm imagining Patchy's soul in my hand.
やめなさい、やめ
Stop this. Don't do it.
途中がっかり要素があったみたいだけど、パチェとサクヤののおかげで立ち直りましたけどねって書いてあるよ。
This guy writes that he was a bit disappointed along the way, but the moment when Patchy and Sakuya oohed together cheered him up.
パチュリーもうーって言ってたのか？
Did Patchy say ooh as well?
言ってない気がする。
I don't think I did.
あなたのことが好きすぎて幻聴聞いたのかしら。
Maybe he likes you so much he had an hallucination.
照れるわね。
I'm flattered.
せっかくだからこのセリフも言ってあげなさいよ。
While we're at it, you can actually say it. Ooey, ooey, ooey.
なんかすごいイラッとしちゃったよ。
It's really irritating.
私もだぜ。もうちょっとで発射しそうになっちまった。
Same here. A bit more and I'll shoot her.
いつかいいことがあると思う
For once you have a good idea.
いい加減落ち込むわよ。
Calm down, I'm not doing it anymore.
落ち込め。
Yes.
ラジオネームガラスの10代さんだ。
Yes, don't. Next one is from Glass
こ
Teen.
の人は結構長く感想を書いてくれている。物足りなさ、テンポの悪さなどの批判だ。
This person has wrote a lot. In short, he wasn't satisfied with the tempo. I cannot fucking imagine why. Not even for a second can I imagine why. 2 hours, by the way. Hmm? I'm sorry?
シ
Okay.
シ
Shit!
お
Oh no!
サノバビッチ。
Son of a bitch! So we're just JoJoing. That's what it is.
サノバビッチ。
シ
サノバビッチ。
Son of a bitch! Who's gonna say, oh my god?
お前ら誰だよ。でも単にダメと言ってるんじゃなくて、そのことを踏まえて改善点などを言ってくれているぞ。
Who are you now? Don't just swear. Propose ways to improve those aspects. Oh my god!
面白かったなどの感想も普通に嬉しいが、本気でダメ出ししてくれる感想はそれはそれで非常にありがたい。
You have to be happy when you receive positive feedback, but you have to be thankful when you get complaints.
サノバビッチ。サノバビッチ。
I need that as like a voice button. Like I need that like something I can press on my computer, and when I hit the button, Flannery just says the line. It's
サノバビッチ。
come on, I need that. That'd be perfect every single time.
Oh no!
Real sound pad hours. Yeah, soundboard. I need a stupid soundboard. It's like Vinny's duck button and his doodle dip button. I don't even know how he does that. Just we need to start accumulating stupid things out of context so I can have a soundboard of them. So whenever the opportunity arises, we can just. We can also have Alice saying fuck as well. You're right. You're right. There's so many possibilities here. Use it for channel points. I don't think channel points can play voice lines. You have to be happy when you receive positive feedback, but you have to be thankful when you get complaints. Why are you doing that?
クレームは宝の山って言うしね。
They say that complaints are the real treasure, huh?
フランのその知識はどこから来るんだ？
Who told you that, Flandre?
まあ、取ったアンケートが全部クレームだったら落ち込むけどな。
Well, since all replies are complaints, it's kind of depressing.
本気で落ち込まないでくれないか？
Are you actually depressed now?
私の性格を知ってるでしょ。私は落ち込むと1週間は寝込んで完全に復活するのに4ヶ月から8ヶ月かかるのよ。
You know me, when I'm depressed, I just sleep until I recover, which takes 4 to 8 months.
初耳すぎるよ。
I haven't heard about it. Ooh.
雰囲気が葬式なんだが、どうにかしてくれ。
I feel like I'm at a funeral. Do something.
私は空気の読める子だから、ここは流れに身を任せるよ。
Don't worry, I can read the mood. Leave it to me.
現代っ子なやつ。
Son of a bitch. You're a modern girl, huh?
この人の追加希望パーソナリティ。
The character that this person would like to add to the next game is...
リリー X か。ガラスの10代。侮れないぜ。
Lily X. Mr. Glass Teen. Don't hate us, please.
ああ、次読むのは私か。 最後のアンケート。
Chat, I swear to God, an hour ago they said that was the last one, and we're still here. I should read the next one. It's going to be all over soon.
もうちょっとで最後。
Yeah, the replies will end soon.
百物語やってんじゃないんだから、普通にやれ。
We're not telling ghost stories here. Proceed as usual.
はいはい。ラジオネーム、長織さん。
Okay, okay. Next one is from Nagaori.
最後の
Nagaori.
リクエストは、ユカレームを。ユカレームをどうすればいいのかしら？
His request for the next game is Yukaremu. What should we do with this?
しかも、これはユカリとレイムってことじゃなく、何か別の意味を表してるんじゃないか？
Indeed. That's not Yukari x Reimu. It means something else, right?
ここは突っ込み入れないで、あなたたちのやりとりを見守ってあげるわ。
I think I'm going to be quiet and see what you come up with.
ユカレームってことかな？
Maybe it's not Yukari at all?
お湯はレイムか。絶対お湯有利じゃないか。お風呂シーンが欲しいってことか？
Maybe he wants a scene with some hot water? A bathing scene?
お風呂はまだ早いわ。お風呂はまだ。
It's too early for a bath scene. Too early!
なんで興奮してんだよ。
Why are you so excited about it?
ユカレームなのかもしれない。
Or maybe he wants to see Reimu in bed.
天井下りとか、ヤナリみたいな感じか。
Or maybe he wants to see her as his caged bird?
そうね。
Maybe.
そうか。
Probably.
そうだね。
Indeed.
もう限界みてえだ。もう話がこれ以上膨らまないぜ。
I'm at my limit. I can't extend this conversation anymore.
突拍子もない話をやり出すからよ。
That's because it was a crazy topic to
私
begin
は
with.
当然のこと。ゆかりも普通に出るから安心ね。
Of course, I and Yukari will be featured like usual. Don't worry.
一行で済んじゃったな。
You ruined it with that one line.
誰のせいだと。
And whose fault is that?
語ってほしいのはゆかりのお家。どんだけあの隙間妖怪好きなのかしら。
He wants us to discuss Yukari's house. He really likes that gap yokai, doesn't he?
あいつ、外でしか見たことないけど、どこに住んでるんだ？
Oh, her. To begin with, where's her house?
迷いがじゃないの？
It's in Mayohiga, right?
うん、そうね。
Yeah, I think so.
話終わっちゃったね。
And that's the end of the conversation.
どうすんだよ。
What do we do now? Wrap it up.
迷いがについて説明するまでもないわね。
We could talk about Mayohiga, but maybe, then again, maybe not.
その家にある品を強奪すれば巨万の富を得られるんだよね。
If you rob that house, you can sell their belongings for a fortune.
合ってる。
That's right.
無理に持ち帰らないでも、 心の清い人のもとへは川から食器が流れてくることもあるらしいぜ。
If you want to remain an honest person and don't steal stuff, you may wait near a river until the tableware washes up.
絶対嘘。なぜなら私の元に来たことが一回もないもの。
That's a lie. I tried that and nothing has washed up.
一回もないか。じゃあその伝承は本当なんだな。
Nothing. Well, maybe that saying is a lie.
そんなバカな。
That's stupid.
ここで家主本人が出てくると盛り上がるんだけど、ゲストに来てないの？
It would be nice if we had the resident herself, but we won't have any guests, right?
当然ながら断った。
Of course we won't.
呼んであげなさいよ。
Come on, call her.
断固反対、断固反対。
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
フランがこんなんだからな。
You saw Flandre's reaction, right?
なるほど。EX の扱いってなかなか面倒ね。
I see. Extra stages are so hard to make.
扱いやすいところを見せるよ。ラジオネームさん。
I'll show you how easy they can be. Next reply is from
RPG の主人公につけた名前を思い出しちゃったぜ。
This reminds me of RPG character names.
マリサはその頃から雑だったのね。
You were always that lazy?
今日現在で変えてません。通販サイトを探したのにどこも売り切れでした。
Your game is impossible
こう
to
いう場合
buy.
はどうすればいいのかな？
All mail order sites have sold this game out. What can you do about this?
我慢。
Be patient.
寝る。
Sleep.
泣き寝入り。
Give up and sleep.
実際は
Any useful advice?
イベントへ。
Go to events.
入荷待ち。
Wait for restocks.
すべてを忘れて旅へ出る。
Forget about it and go on for a trip.
でもこの人の悩みはそれだけじゃないみたいだよ。
Looks like it isn't the only problem for him.
家を出ようと思いましたが外に出る服がありません。だってす
Thought
ご
of,
く困ってるよ。
I thought about going outside, but I don't have any clothes. That's really a problem.
知らねえよ。
I don't care.
服がなければ書けばいい。
He can draw the clothes if he doesn't have them.
裸になって何が悪い？
What's wrong with being naked? Oh god.
さん、わかったかな？この人たちは解決するつもりないからね。
Mr. Ah! Did you get it? They have no intention of helping you. Yep. I'm losing my fucking
よ
mind.
し、変なテンションのまま次。ラジオネームアンヘルさんだぜ。
Fine, let's see the next one while we're excited. It's from
次
Angel.
回作へのリクエストは EX 版と同時発売希望です。無理だぜ。
His request is release the extra game together with the main one. That's impossible.
エロスも希望。そうか。じゃあ私たちのエロ担当が一発かましてやるぜ。
I hope you add H content. Really? Then let's appoint someone in charge of H content.
よし。
Yeah.
さあ、
Ooh.
私なの？
Huh? You mean me?
他に誰がいる？
There isn't anyone else here.
チーズか。
Sweet.
お前にはがっかりだよ。
I'm so disappointed in you.
よし、次だ、エイム。
Alright, next one, Reimu.
早っ。
What? That's too fast. No, it's not.
そして返答が急に雑になったわ
And our
ね。
answer was really bad. Sure
それ
was.
には理由があるんだ。
There's a reason for
恐ろ
that.
しくて長い話になるんだがいいか？
There's a reason for that. You really want to have a long conversation about that?
いいよ。
I did. I
さっ
don't.
きのアンヘルさんからなんだけど、アンケートの締め切り日時が過ぎた後に届いたやつなんだ。
Actually, that angel has submitted a reply past the deadline.
締め切りは守らないとね。
We didn't have to make. We didn't make it a real deadline then.
そうだぞ、パチュリー。
Did you hear that, actually?
その言葉を一番重要視してるのは私だから。
I'm the most
ダメ
serious.
じゃないわよ。
I'm the most serious about this concept. Don't mess with me.
っていうか、アンケートフォーム自体を締め切らなかったのが悪いよね。
By the way, the worst part is that we didn't ignore this reply because of the deadline.
聞こえない聞こえない。ってことで、締め切りギリギリアウトの人は対応も雑にさせてもらうぜ。
I don't hear you. Actually, we'll just give short answers to those who barely missed the deadline.
元からじゃ。
Did you plan it from the start?
聞こえない聞こえない。
I don't hear you. I don't hear you.
次、りょうさん。どうやっても忙しくない人のためのコーマ教でした。そうだね。
Next is from Rio. No matter how you look, it was EoSD for non-busy person. Indeed.
はい次。
Okay, next one.
はや。
Too fast.
ていう。
Tay. Chat, we got a new meme. We got a new fucking meme. 2 hours.
早く読め。
Just read it already. demo, I want you to whip up a beautiful graphic that says 2 hours and make it fantastic. And then we'll make it a Franker face emote. And you can spam it every single goddamn time we go over estimate. Sound good? Just read it already.
テポッポーさん、キャラクターたちに制作者の代弁をさせたりシステムの話をさせるのは良くないです。
From Tipopo. It's not good when you use game characters to speak from a developer's perspective.
うわり
We're sorry, my eye
リッパ
hurts.
ーさん、テンポが良かった。
Angry font or fancy
中身
font?
もいい。
Whatever one you want. Whatever one you want. Try them both. Let's see what one we can make work. Gonna flood the fucking chat with that one whenever we can. From Differ. Pacing was great, and movement, and content. Yay!
やったぜフラン。
Way to go, Flan.
次、文字妖精さん。好きな人はいますか？自分。
Next, Letter Fairy. Is there anyone you like? Myself.
飲まず食わずでも無限に働ける人。
Someone who doesn't eat, drink, and is able to work infinitely.
いぶし銀。
Experienced people.
お前ら。
All of you. Aw.
飛びやがって。
You're too sweet.
唐木さん、ヨウムはとことんいじられキャラであってほしいです。ところがどっこい。
Utsuki writes, I really hope you'll tease Yomu a lot. Funny you should mention
そ
that.
の場に存在してることを忘れてしまいそうだから空気になりそうだな。
Since we would probably forget about her existence otherwise, we'll likely go with this.
空気といういじられキャラってことで解決ね。
And by this we mean we'll be teasing her a lot.
ズバッとね。
We'll be pricking her.
アンデルセンさん。この人は感想云々より作品を知った理由が検索エンジンの誤爆ってところが気になるぜ。
Mr. Anderson. What a surprise. The interesting part about his reply is that he learned about the game because of a typo in my search. What?
どんな運命の出会いなのよ。
Talk about a fated encounter.
レミーの運命操作かしら。
It must be Remy's fate manipulation.
このラジオネームの人を引きつけてもレミディアが涙目なだけだろう。
Reminder, it has to be the right setting for Franker face. Attracting this person to the game probably didn't bring Remilia any joy though.
じゃあ次。次なんだけど。次がないわね。
Yes! Right, next one. Speaking about it, there is no next one.
今ので最後だ。めでたしめでたし。
That one was the last. It's over! Yes! Woo! We're done!
レミーの謎の運命操作で終わり？
We're finished with Remy's mysterious fate manipulation.
そうだぜ。お疲れさんだぜ。
Yes, thank you all.
やれや
Whew, oh my.
疲れた。
I'm tired.
れ。
Ah.
アンケートが終わったからってふわっとするのやめてくれないか？
Well, since we're done with replies, shall we wrap this up?
まだ何かするの？
Huh? There's still something else?
あんな最後で締められるか？
We can't just cut it here.
仕方ないわね。
Looks like there's no other way.
とりあえずこれからの後期的なものでも。
Thank you for the resub and Philrith. Well, let's see our goals for the future.
まあ、これからも EX はこんなノリでやっていくと思うわ。
I guess we could all have all future extra episodes like that.
メタメタな感じね。
I don't think we can improve it.
不評だったり誰かから引くくらい猛烈に怒られたらレイムが寝込んで中止せざるを得ないけどな。
Still, if Rainbow gets too angry or too disappointed, she will go to sleep and we'd have to cancel it.
ね、次回は本当にヨーヨームの2番戦場をやるイベントなの？
So, next time we'll have a repetition of PCB.
そりゃそうだろう。ここまで来ていきなりユーコン川をカヌーで下るとかやる方がおかしいだろう。
Looks like it. It feels strange at this point. Like I'm canoeing down the Yukon River or something.
リクエストにも多かったゆかりとか、他にも名前忘れちゃった。うぞうむぞうの連中もちゃんと出るから、うぞうむぞうファンも期待してなさい。
We've had a lot of requests for Yukari and other various characters. Everyone will be featured, so all fans should be pleased.
最後の最後までひどい主人公だな。
You're still a horrible main character, huh?
最後にパチュリー、フラン、何か一言。
Well, want to say anything in conclusion? Patchouli, Flandre.
楽しかっ
It was fun.
た。感動した。
I was impressed.
映画の CM かよ。
You sound like movie commercials.
私たちのグダグダ感は多分治らないと思うけど、それでも我慢できる忍耐の強い人は次回もよろしく。
I don't think we'll ever stop being boring. I'm looking forward to seeing you patient people in the next game. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Rainbow, but my patience ran a little bit thin a few times on this extra portion.
じゃあ終わります。
So, is it over now?
最後の最後でマリサまでふわってるよ。
In the end, it's still up to Marissa to end it.
合言葉はムッキュ
The right word is Mukyu.
それで終わらせねえぞ。
I can't end it like this.
あなたそれで終わらせられると思ってんの？
Did you really think you could end this game like that?
ー。僕の夢を邪魔しないでよ。
Don't get in my way. I'm gonna finally end this.
じゃあ永遠にさようなら。
Well then, goodbye forever.
その後パチュリーの声を聞くことは二度となかった。
What the fuck was that sound?
その後パチュリーの声を聞くことは二度となかった。
And after that, no one has heard Pachuli's voice ever again. That's it. That was the last line of the game. Why was that the last line of the game? Oh, 2 hours. 2 hours. Oh, there she is. Son of a bitch. I don't mean to be a bastard. I really don't. There was nothing wrong with the extra, but it went on. There's the extra tab. Tip list. Everything. There's all of that. Here's the music. And Flandre. No, I like Scarlet Debris a lot. The title music itself is fantastic. Alright. No. Instead, Miner, what I'd like you to do is just send me the other video that you had, and I'll just upload that one as the next part, and then I'll keep this for the finale, so to speak. So yeah, I'll have to make another thumbnail. Oh well, you can't predict these things. You really can't. But I guess the main issue really came from the fact that I was told it was going to take me 2 hours to beat this, and it's been almost 7 hours, chat. If you don't even include all the shit that I got sidetracked on, this would still be around 6 hours or more. But it was only 2 hours. That's fine by me. Everything else is around 2 hours. 2 hours. You did read every line. I did. And then I read a SAO review. And I showed off Super Saiyan 1000. What's this image? Yeah, I showed off that. And then Mr. Krabs. And then I had propaganda hiding all of Alice's stuff. I like how Alice's theme is still here. Oh, they're all here, actually. 2 hours. But yeah, that's it. That wrapped up nicely. Good thing we decided to finish this when we did. So that means once Saturday hits, chat, I'll be back with more soccer, of course, and we'll be able to start PCB, which I am definitely looking forward to. So, yeah. We're going to end it here. That menu music is just fantastic, though. It's so nice. This opening part right here. God damn. Whew, okay. Lost in the sauce there. Fantastic. Beautiful. I loved it. It was great. We're out of here. Chat, thank you for sticking with me. For everyone that watches this on YouTube as well, that managed to get all the way to the very end of this, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. And I hope you look forward to the next one. Because, yeah, it was fun to do. And it was surprising how well it took off. Chat, the first part of this series is getting close to 1,000 views, which is pretty sick. Because the only thing that hits that so far is like Pokemon stuff. Toho Soccer too. So it's nice to see that there's a large amount of interest in the Toho stuff I'm doing, as well as the Pokemon stuff we're doing. It feels really good to see that. Can really express my show off my love of the series that I like so much, and not get absolutely shadowed by Pokemon. But it happens. I like Pokemon, so it doesn't matter to me. But I'm glad that people do like Toho and are picking up Toho because of what I'm seeing, what I'm playing. So yeah, just closing words. Good game. Fun to watch, fun to play, fun to enjoy. A lot of laughs, a lot of alcohol. And yeah, kind of overstayed its welcome a little bit there. But again, not really the game's fault. More so my fault, my own stupid time constraints. But yeah, just look forward to the next one. And that'll be coming Saturday. This will be up before Saturday. So if you do happen to see this, you know what's coming. I'll see you there.